Well, happy Thursday night, everybody. It's marriage for simps only, bro. Bro, I don't know. I just saw this. I sent this picture to one of my subs today, like this girl's birthday from Colombia, and like she's kissing this guy in the mouth, and I'm like, bruh. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, bro, this guy has no idea that I met his girl at the swinger club like a year ago, and she was like fingering herself in front of all of us, and she was putting her hand in her pussy and then sticking it out and putting it in our mouths and shit. When I'm just like thinking, I wonder if her dude knows that. Y'all guys, do y'all think her dude knows that? Oh my god, bro! I don't give a shit. I'd rather be a hoe for the rest of my life because I don't want to be that dude that some girl post up on their social media. Some guys like, man, we ran a train of this girl in high school or some shit like that. Oh my! I saw that picture yesterday. I was like, I gotta do a live about this because man, dude, Middle Eastern women all the way, bro. Algerian, Lebanese. I think Lebanese Christian and shit would be a good option. Maybe Kurdistan, Iraq. But salute to you, obtain salute. What if I marry for money? You can marry for money all you want, bro. But just don't marry a Colombiana. For there's no happy ending with those women, dog. Let me see. In America, it's because of no fault divorce is rigged for men to be simps in a losing position. Yeah, but I think it works overseas as well. Like even in Latin America, they have some similar rules. It's not as bad as the U.S. system, but they're entitled to half your stuff, like half your house, and like things like that. It's not as bad as here where you have to pay alimony and then child support is like what did it go by 1/3 of your paycheck, right, or your salary? Fine, you in Middle Eastern woman, yeah, for sure, bro. And I prefer the free agent lifestyle for now. Yeah, bro. I think I did the swinger thing for 2 years, and I just like I had some of the girls on my Instagram, and I see like they have dudes. And I'm like, fuck that, bro. Like, yeah, I mean, bro, like, man, how do guys not know, man? Like I mean, you could just tell even like if I didn't meet them, they're like even on the outside, you could just tell by the way they move, the way they talk, like I mean, she has two kids. Where's the baby daddy? Like, you have to start asking yourself that. Like, one of the girls that used to work at the waitresses that used to work at this dude's bar in Medellin, she got married, but like the guy that married her was living in Medellin for 2 years. And like, how do you not know how the women are there, bro? Like, how do you not see that she has a kid? She's in Dubai, she's in Spain, she's in England. What do you think she was doing in these countries? And how do you think like it's a mathematical equation? I suck at math, right? But it's like, where do you think a girl from the barrio in a foreign country could afford a plane ticket to go to Dubai? A girl that makes only $400 or $500 a month. Like, where do you think that she could save up enough money to get a plane ticket that's over like $1,000 to go over there, and then the food and everything else is expensive. So it's like a mathematical equation, and I want to talk to these guys sometimes and ask them, like, where in your head do you think like she got the money? Do you really believe that she saved up like 3 years? And like, no, bro. I prefer a free agent lifestyle as well, fool. I prefer the swinger lifestyle if I could keep it real. Who's gonna take care of you when you hit the senior citizen age? You need to find a wife. I was bro. I mean, yeah, I could believe I understand that, fool, but I've seen people that get married and it doesn't work out, and people that get married sometimes die by themselves. I've been to hospitals where guys that were divorced, die by themselves. So just because you get married or you have kids doesn't mean you won't die an empty life by yourself. So you could get married and like your woman might one day wake up after 20 years of marriage. You could be a good guy, a devoted family man, good father, make good money. Your wife one day could wake up on one side of the bed and just be like, I don't want to do this no more. I'm bored. Or she could meet somebody at her job, a coworker that makes her happy, that makes her smiles, that just does like gives her a feeling she hasn't felt in years. And that's all it takes, bro. It doesn't take much. Women are only loyal to their feelings, guys. I could promise you that, bro. Women don't ever wake up and be like, you know what, this guy's a good guy. He's worked really hard all his life to get to us to this position for our family. Women don't fucking think like that. Y'all know that. Women will wake up one day and be like, nah, I'm bored. I don't care if he bought me a Lamborghini. I don't care if he owns like a $10 million mansion. I just want something else. I mean, even the most successful men and in this world get bent over. Look at what happened to Will Smith. Good looking dude, successful Hollywood actor, got paid a lot of money. His wife still cheated on him with a singer that probably didn't even make a few million per year. What was his name? Augustus Celine or something like that. And what was it? Look at what happened to Tom Brady. She left him for what was it, a yoga instructor or something like that, a personal trainer or something like that. A guy that doesn't make a lot of money. She left him for, and even though she has her own money, she's a millionaire herself. She still left him for a guy that's just like a nobody and shit, dude. Who else can we think of? Johnny Depp. He went back to his house with like poop on his bed. Imagine living in a house, a multi-million-dollar house, and going to your mansion and having to find feces on your bed. I mean, you can't make this up and shit. Like it's awful, bro. Like it's awful, bro. You could be the most successful guy in America and have millions of dollars and be loaded, be good looking, have you just check all the boxes: rich, successful, good looking, devoted, and it doesn't matter to women. Sometimes women get bored in America. Women get bored very easily and they move on, man. Like, I mean, it's just the way it is. Unfortunately, I think we live in an age of social media, so women have access to a lot of guys. It used to be the only guys that had access to your women now. Back in the day, was the coworkers and maybe some guy that she met in the street. By now, some guy from India or Pakistan or from Antarctica or Iceland can have access to your girl on Instagram, on TikTok, and on Facebook. It's facts, bro. Johnny Depp wasn't married to that broad. My bad. He wasn't married and shit, but she still treated him like shit, so it don't matter. And shit, he still went to his house and found poop on the bed. Um, no, you're not. You close to the diaper wearing ears. Oh man, bro. Plenty of time to do that later, bro. I don't know if I want to get married to a Latina, bro. And shit, dude. I don't know, bro. That's just like I don't feel like getting married to a girl that's from Mexico or from Dominican Republic or Cuba or Puerto Rico or Brazil. I just don't feel like I can't trust those women. For I just done enough shit with them that I'm just like I'm kind of good, bro. I'm good, bro. And I'm not even talking about the swinger lifestyle. I'm just saying like things that they've done or things that I've seen my friends do. And like I'm kind of over it, bro. I see girls post stuff about their families. I seen girls put like that I'm married that I've had sex with or almost had sex with post like love poems on their husband's birthday. This Cuban girl posted this thing about her dude is so awesome and all this shit. And I didn't know when I tagged her at the time, and I tagged her in Havana, Cuba, that she had a husband and shit. Dude. But she's living in the States now. But like a week later after I tagged her, she's like, "Oh, I want to get back with my husband." When she was lying, she was the dude the whole time. And like a week later, I see her like she's in America. And then a Venezuelan girl that I met in Cali, I actually did an interview with her on my channel, the Calenia. She was married too. She lied to me. She told me she was single for 3 years and she was married since she was like 18, 17, something like that. But she's been married for like 11 years now total. But yeah, I didn't bang her because the week that I started talking to her, she went to Venezuela for 2 weeks. And when she went to Venezuela, I went right back to Medellin. I didn't never went back to Cali. And she was like singing songs to me on her WhatsApp, like saying, "Oh, I can't wait to see you. We're gonna go out." And I'll be like flirting with her because I didn't know she had a dude. I'm like, "Oh, you're my future wife." We're just like fucking around with her, right? And like, for real, you like me like that? She's a body fool. She has a nice body, bro. And shit, dude. But it didn't. I didn't flourish because, like I said, I went back to over here to Medellin, and I just like went. I ended up going back to the States and shit. I had been in Colombia that year for 6 months anyway, so I didn't want to be there anymore. Would you marry a white girl? Nah, I don't know. Maybe from Eastern Europe, but I think for me, from what I've seen from the Middle Eastern women that I've met, I haven't met a Christian girl from that part of the world yet. I wish I would, but I know like Lebanon has like half Christian community there. Half the country is Muslim and half is Christian. So maybe if I go over there, I would look for a girl. Like I'm hoping next year maybe I could go to that part of the world, but the war keeps going on. Trump is bombing Iran again. I'm hearing that the oil reserves are running out in America, that we only got maybe like a month left of oil reserves. And after that, we're going to be shit out of luck. Everything's going to go really expensive. Groceries is going to be more expensive. Gas is going to be more expensive. Electricity is going to be more expensive. I don't know. if the war would end in the next month. But if it doesn't end like in 4 weeks from what I'm hearing, it's gonna be a real catastrophe for our economy, man. Really bad, bro. Really bad. I hope not, bro. And sure, I hope not. We're supposed to be talking about marriage, but I just like I'm really worried about this shit because like I think this is why Trump is lashing out. I never seen him behave like this, where he just like goes crazy. But I think he's like really frustrated because he knows he doesn't want to be the next Hoover, the Hoover, whatever was that president name that was president when the economy crashed in 1932, was it during Black Tuesday or something like that, or whatever? So when the stock market crashed, um, I don't think he wants to have that legacy, and so I think he's like freaking out at the moment because he knows, well, if it goes bad, they could impeach him, or they could just like he could be left behind as one of the worst presidents in American history. And I don't think he has too much of an ego to go through that, bro. I think that's why he's lashing out on Iran. I think he's really frustrated, but I think he knows like bad things are coming if this war doesn't end. Like I don't know, Iran has the ace in the hole and shit, bro. So they could just like wait all day long. They don't care and shit, bro. Their economy has been shit for many years anyway, so they're not losing out or anything. But Americans are not used to like suffering. They're not used to just being able to just maybe eat 2 meals a day because they don't got money for a third meal. So I think if that happens to us Americans, even the MAGA supporters are gonna turn on him, be like, "Fuck!" Like, and should be a lookout for that because there's a lot of guys that supported him and talk shit about him and said, "Oh, they defended him." I've had one guy that used to come on my live, Steven, and when I said that Carter Kirk was racist, I was like, bro, he's a racist person, bro. He's, are you really mean that? He just ended up blocking me on all socials. And I thought he was my friend. I knew him for like a few years. But just because I didn't believe in his political beliefs, he just like blocked me. But I'm thinking that he's the exact same guy when things hit bad. He's gonna just wash his hands and be like, I didn't know this was gonna happen. I was like, how did you not know this was gonna happen, bro? You voted for a guy that's a fucking celebrity star and shit, but whatever, dude. I don't want to talk about that no more. To be honest, a lot of women leave their man when they get sick. I've seen it. Also, your wife could always die before you, so you still go lonely. Yeah, that's true. Even though I'm an advocate for marriage, I know it's bullshit. Yeah, I think, in my personal opinion, I think marriage is a dying religion. If I could be honest, bro, that's just the way I see it now. Because most guys that I see that are getting married, and it's not just in Colombia, just many countries that I see that are getting married, they're almost all simps. None of them have balls to tell their wife to go sit down and shut the hell up. I mean, I think when you marry Latino, you have to have a certain backbone. And I think some of the guys that I think some of the guys that are getting married to Latinas don't realize that you have to have a little bit of machismo in you so they can respect you and shit. Like, and I don't see that from some of the guys that are coming that are getting married to these women, bro. I really don't, bro. Respectfully, like I think you can be a nice guy. You could be, but you also have to be assertive. And it's just not with Mexicans. It's with all Latinos, man. Like, but that's the thing. Latinas have a lot of secrets. As a matter of fact, I would say Latina women have more secrets than the men do, bro, and shit, bro. And I just think, I mean, my personal opinion is just like I don't see guys that are marrying women that are winners overseas, bro. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but for the most part, I see guys marrying girls from the barrio, like low hanging fruit, girls that are from broken neighborhoods, single moms, they don't have a career, no fucking future, they have to take care of their entire family. Like, how's that winning? Like, how's that like? Is that supposed to be marriage for me? Like, to me, that's like a huge L. Like, I don't see how me marrying a girl from the barrio that's a single mom, it's a fucking W. How is that a W? And I don't understand how that could be a W, bro. But that's what I'm seeing from Latin America. I heard it's 6 women to one. I don't know, bro. I could be honest. I think it's almost about even, if I could be honest. Yeah, I don't think Harris was any good either, bro. I'm not a Harris fan at all, bro. I didn't even like Biden. I think Biden was a fucking turd, bro. Like, he should have retired a long time ago. He had no business being president by a simp who couldn't control himself. American hoes are going to feel it when shit gets bad. The simp and the trick economy will go on Hades until the economy gets. Yeah, bro. That's what I was thinking right now. Like, I think I was thinking that what the earthquake that happened in Venezuela set everything back, bro. It set everything back by at least 2 or 3 years, bro. And I was hoping that Venezuela was gonna open to Americans next year, and they still might because Venezuela might get so desperate that they might get rid of the visa just because they need the tourism money, and they'll be like, bro, we need the money to rebuild the city, so they might just let Americans start trickling in or whatever, dude. Um, if that happens, if Venezuela opens up and content creators go over there, like YouTubers or whatever, and they start posting videos of girls, like, hey, I got this girl with me, and that's it for Medellin. I think guys would just abandon Colombia and they'll go to Caracas 100%, bro. And I know a lot of guys. I see a lot of content creators that want to go over there anyway. So, but it is what it is. But salute to Nick, bro. What's going on, bro? How's everything in Guadalajara, bro? I saw that you were sick the other day, bro. I got sick like a week and a half ago, bro. And so I know you're feeling like the weather here can get to you sometimes, bro. I don't know what it. Maybe it's the allergies, bro. But I was sick for like 4 days, bro. American hoes are gonna feel it when shit gets bad. The sip and the trick economy will go on. Yeah, bro. You know who girls which are gonna feel it? The girls from overseas, the girls that get the Western Union. Like if the economy goes like really bad, we're like they're saying now, like I said, like the oil's about to run out, the oil reserves are about to run out in 4 weeks in America. I don't know if that's true, but they're saying it's pretty close. They're saying other countries as well are running really low, like Japan, South Korea, China's oil reserves are going like they're getting depleted by the day. Like 1 million gallons a day are wasted by America. I think like 1.5 million. I think, but I don't think America's gonna be ready for it. Like if we run out of oil, bro, like I don't know what's gonna happen, dude. Like it's so bad that they took off the sanctions on Russia. They have sanctions on Russia oil for like 3 years, and they got rid of those sanctions like 2 months ago, I believe. So Russia's about making about 250 million a day on oil sales a day, not a week, not a month, a day, and shit, bro. Russia is balling right now with oil sales and shit, dude. But I think, yeah, I think marriage is I'm getting political now, guys. I'm sorry about that. Um, I was I was a poli science major and international major, relations major in university, so I kind of sometimes get into this stuff and shit. I had like professors that were like, people that were in politics and shit like that. But anyways, and shit, marriage is for simp though. Marriage is for simps, dude. I think it just depends, bro. Like I'm not gonna say every guy that gets married is a simp, but I think for the most part, I think like I would say about 70% of the dudes that I'm seeing getting married overseas are simping, bro. And shit, we could talk about Robert, bro. I think Robert's a good dude, but damn, dude, that dude's become like the Mary Karen of the space, bro. Like he's definitely simping for a country that doesn't give a shit about him. Like that's what he doesn't realize about Colombia as a whole, bro. Like you could defend Medellin all you want, and you could say we don't want these type of people, bro. Medellin's already ruined, bro. The time to do this was 5 years ago, bro. 4 years ago, bro. Hell, even 3 years ago. But now it's too late, bro. You're like, I'm gonna kick people out. Like, bro, it don't matter. They're not even kicking enough people to make a difference out. They could kick out 3 guys in one day, 2 guys the next day. Like, it's not enough, bro. There's still thousands of men that are coming in, bro. Like, it's just too late, bro. Actually, dude, Robert's a simp. Yeah, Robert is 100% simp. Like, I just think like eventually he's gonna get exposed. I hope it doesn't happen because I don't want to see no guy go through that, bro. Like, but I think he's one of those guys he's gonna learn his lesson really bad, bro. But I think he's no matter what happens to him, he's gonna make excuses for his wife. I don't think guys that were coming after his wife on Homies Hub the other day was pretty good. I think if you have solid proof, you have concrete evidence, not just word of mouth, come up with the evidence with the receipts. But if you don't have no evidence or nothing like that, then you shouldn't say nothing. But I will say though, that body of women in Medellin, I will say this, and it has nothing to do with Robert, that the body of women in Medellin, I say half of them have sold cat or have done webcamming at least one time in their life, bro. So if you get married to a chick from the barrio, bro, and shit, fool, it's just like a 50-50 that she probably did one of those things, bro. It's just keeping it real, dude. Like, you could believe whatever you want, bro, but that's just the way the city works, bro. Oh, yeah, yeah. Trump said today that he wants to cut off trade with Spain, something like that. So I'm just like, all right, man, I don't give a shit, bro. And shit, it is what it is, bro. And I think Trump has lost the Middle East. I think the Middle Eastern Gulf states already know that America can't protect them and shit. Like whatever, Iran, like I think it's been holding back and shit. But I think like their patience is running out. I think they're getting to a point now where they just feel like negotiations ain't going nowhere and shit. It's just like I think they have to. I think they realize now that either Israel is going to destroy them or they're going to destroy Israel. I think the Iranians have come up with that conclusion already, bro. They're just kind of just like over it, bro. But who knows? Colombia don't want sex tours anyway, so fuck them. It's their loss. Say goodbye to the black sex tourist dollar. Yeah, and shit. Their local men are the ones that are doing it, bro. What do you think of the white guy, Rob? I think he's a good dude, but I think he's becoming a Karen. I think he's doing too much. He's trying to be like Captain Save a Hole that he's gonna change the city. Like, bro, dude, the city's a narco culture, bro. 100% Pablo Escobar, bro. And shit, like, dude, like people don't realize that they behave just like him, dude. Like they behave just like Pablo. That's why I call him Pablito sometimes, bro. They have that mindset, bro. They have like a mindset of getting to the money. Like there's no value of human life, bro. And there's people that leave comments like that on his videos and stuff like that, but he doesn't read it because, like in his mind, he thinks that, oh, I'm married to a paisa, I'm taking care of the kid, I'm taking care of the family. You know, I know what the Medellin lifestyle is like. You don't realize that though that family don't give a shit about him, bro. It's all about the money, bro. Paisas are all about the money, bro. They don't care if he's white, black, Chinese, whatever. He's Martian. As long as he's bringing in money, for that's all they care about, bro. And she like the girl that I had on the live here, the Colombian girl a few months ago, like I think her sister's getting married to a dude in Germany and the other one in Spain. And I kind of like it kind of slipped out of my mouth. I'm like, you're first of all, your sister doesn't speak German and he doesn't speak Spanish, so it's obviously like a marriage for money. But I kind of didn't want to tell her that. But then again, I was just like, I really don't give a shit, bro. I don't give a shit, bro. Like what they say, fool. I had a Colombian girl that I know for a year, and she's not my friend. I just went out with her. I was going out with her friend, but she would tag along sometimes. And she told me like a month ago, like, oh, you're having a true friend in me. I'm a true friend, and you're gonna have good values in me, or some shit like that. And like, I know that she blocked me because I haven't seen shit from her in 3 weeks on my WhatsApp. I messaged her twice, and I told one of my boys to message her the other day, like, message her really quick. I think she responded right away. So I know for a fact that she blocked me. And this is the same Paisa that told me that she has good values and all this shit, bro. And dude, I had a Dominican girl yesterday unblock me. I haven't talked to her like in 6 months, since like December or something like that, and she unblocked me and she told me hi, like, and nothing happened. And I was like, and I told her in Spanish, ¿Qué pasó? ¿Te dejó el novio? Like, did your boyfriend leave you? And she's like, yes. And I started laughing. I was like, bro, that's what I'm telling you, bro. Like, these women, bro, would break up with you, bro. And within the first week, they go back to their old dick, bro. Old dick, bro. I'm just throwing it out there right now, guys. You can't trust any of them, dog. Dude, I just don't fucking understand how you could go out with so many women in Latin America. You could date 10 to 15 women in a different country and still trust them. I don't fucking understand that, bro. Hell no. And it doesn't matter if the girl's from the barrio or she's a teacher or an architect. I've gone out with all of them, bro. The mindset is always the same, dude. Rob keeps mentioning he's a millionaire. This is bad because he lives in Medellin and you don't want to show your wealth. And yeah, bro, that's the one thing that I wouldn't do if I was him, bro. That's how you know he doesn't know the culture. I would never go on the social media or tell anybody from the family that I'm married to that he's like that I have a lot of money, because it's really dangerous, bro. It's really, really dangerous. Now, Rob's one of the reasons why Colombia got ruined, because he said he did a video about it like a week ago. He's like, I went to the mall. He's talking about Latinos, like this white dude's gonna tell me how Latinos are, bro. Man, bro, I've already said it a million times. You don't have a little bit of machismo, no Latino's gonna respect you. In Mexico, they won't respect you. And Dominican Republic, Cuba, Puerto Rico, Venezuela, Peru, Chile, Panama, Guatemala. You don't have a little bit of machismo, no women in Latin America will respect you, bro. It sucks, bro. But it is reality. Now, you ask a Latina down the street, what do they think about machismo? They're gonna talk shit. But at the end of the day, they respect the guys that are machistas over the guys that are not like that. And shit, that's a fact, bro. And I'm talking about my own Mexican family because I seen it, bro. They talk shit about the guys that are machistas in the family, but they respect those men. 100%. They respect them. They don't talk shit to them. They don't fucking do no disrespectful shit. And shit, bro. A machista will slap the shit out of you, put you right in your back in your place, bro. Hands down, bro. Hands down, bro. They put their hands on the women, bro. They don't give a fuck. And shit. I'm not saying put your hands on the women, by the way, guys. I'm just telling you how machismo works. Yeah, bro, it's dangerous, bro. Rob thinks he's an expert in Paisa Medellin culture. Yeah, bro, he does, bro. Like, that's when I see him talking shit, I'm just kind of like, what is this guy doing? Like, I mean, he knows a little bit of Medellin. I'm not gonna sit here and say he doesn't know, but at the same time, he doesn't know enough, because like, why would you marry a girl from the barrio that's a single mom? And I want to talk to him again one of these days and ask him, like, and he's coming after black people hard, and I'm just like, I mean, the way he's coming after black people, like, I don't think he's racist, but I think he's doing it for attention. Like, he's just like, this is the way that I could get clout. Because right now, believe it or not, talking shit about black Americans in Medellin, or even Americans in general, and Colombia, is a hot topic for the algorithm. So you're seeing a lot of Colombians now that never like months ago said anything about foreigners like this on their social media accounts, and now you're seeing a lot of foreigners. I mean, I'm sorry, you're seeing a lot of content creators or Colombian come out on the social media and say like we ain't shit, we're this, and like and just like just say ugly things about us and shit. And I'm just like, all right, whatever, dog. Like fuck it and shit. Fool. Yeah, bro, that's true right here. That's where my cheese one comes in, bro. Like a girl that knows her dad that her husband's a little bit machismo won't do that cheating shit, bro. You know, this is gonna sound and let me tell you something. The guys that murder their women, the femicide, bro. None of those guys are machistas, bro. Because if they were machistas, they would have beat the shit out of their girl. They would not be killing them, bro. And not only that, but they would never go that level because the first time the girl disrespects the dude, like they'll put their hands on the women, dog. I'm not for that. I've never condone stuff like that, dude. But I just know how some of the men are in Latin America. They don't tolerate that shit, bro, at all. And shit, fool. So it is what it is, bro. Rob can get touched anytime and go after the wrong people. It's a dangerous game. Yeah, I mean, I try to get on that live with Homies Hub. I was on the back panel, but I feel like the guys that are on there don't know shit about Colombia. They're just like running their mouth. They're all like mongers, so they're just like their idea of Medellin is just going to the park and that's it, bro. But I'm not an expert on Medellin, but I have been going there for like 8 years. And I wish I would have got on the panel because I wanted to challenge him. Like, bro, like I want to tell him like what's going on, like what's in your life that you feel like you're better than everybody else, dude. Like and shit. But like he spends $800 on a girl at the mall, and he tries to tell us about Latin American women. For like, why would I listen to you, bro? Like, who goes on the first date and spends $800 on a girl that he hasn't even had sex with? Or I'm pretty sure that's not the only time he simp. I guarantee you bought a girl a cell phone. He took a girl to a 5-star dinner. Like he's done all that simp shit, bro. And shit, he must have done it with his wife as well. Took her to fancy places, and his wife said, "I got a stupid gringo." And shit, like why not? Like time. And I think now he's saying he's gonna bring her to the States. Good luck, bro. I mean, I don't think his wife's all good looking, anyways. If I seen her pictures, well, she's like a 4 out of 10 in Medellin, bro. Like she's an ugly woman, but I'm gonna just call it for what it is, bro. She's not attractive at all, bro. And she's not attractive at all, bro. You seen her pictures, bro? Like, nah, I'm good, bro. Like anybody that's been to Medellin would never find that girl attractive, dog. And that's just like the thing. Like when I talk to guys that are Colombian veterans, especially Latinos, who like we always say the same thing that gringos always get like ugly women in Latin America, and they do and shit, or they get with a girl that's like a fucking loser that's from the barrio, and not because she's in the barrio, but just because like come on, bro, like you can't tell me you can't find a girl that has like a more respectable reputation in her lifestyle. Like she may be a teacher, working her way up or something like that. Rob girl is a barrio girl who's a single mom. She got a 10-year-old kid. I don't think her kid's 10 years old. I think when I seen the kid, he's like 3 years old, bro, 4 years old, something like that, bro. But Rob has shown the kid plenty of times. He's like a toddler, bro. He's like 3 years old. And shit. And he's pregnant by her. I mean, he got her pregnant, so I mean he's stuck with her now for life, bro. All I gotta say is when things come to light, bro, it's not gonna be pretty for him. I will say that. I have no beef with him and shit, bro, but man, I wish he could. Like, I just think he's gonna be the guy that's gonna not learn, bro. He's definitely one of those guys that has to take a deep fall and bust his face open, and then maybe he'll like reflect and be like, you know what, fool, this. I think he's gonna be that dude in 5 years from now that's gonna talk shit about Medellin. Like he's gonna come out and gonna be like, "Fuck these people! I did all these things for these people. I spent money on them. I did programs for them. I donated for charities." Like he's gonna be that dude, bro. And shit, I think he is, man. And shit, but it's an open panel if anybody wants to jump on, dude. Like I'm not gonna make this live too long and shit, but I told myself I'll do a live once every 2 weeks. I am gonna be going to Medellin back in a few more weeks. Um, I think I wanted to do more. I think I wanted to do more continent in Mexico, dude. But I think as a content creator, fool, Mexico is not a good place for the platform, bro. And I know QB many times has told me like, oh, put Mexico on the map. It's just like, bro, like even when you do interviews with girls here, like even if the girl's attractive, like people don't really want to care. Like, and I'm looking at guys that do content, by the way, like on Instagram and stuff like that. And so there's one Mexican guy. He's done content with Mexican girls and with Colombian girls. And so during the World Cup, I made that mistake of being in Guadalajara, but I should have went to Ciudad Mexico. I think they would have been way better for content, but I fucked that one up. But I wish I would have went to Mexico City instead of being here. So he does like a video with like the Colombian women, and he's kind of like he's like doing interviews and stuff like that. And the one video he did, he got like 1 million views, and he did another video with some Colombian girls, and he got like 800,000 views. Now he does a lot of content also with Mexican women. Those videos get maybe like 5,000, 10,000 views on his Instagram. So that's a day and night difference, guys. That's why I don't want to do interviews with women over here, because it just doesn't sell out, man. And shit. Even if I get I think the last girl I had on my YouTube channel was attractive, but like it only got like 1,000 views, so whatever, dude. What's going on, Baja Tours? What's going on, bro? You're still in Colombia?
I was in Colombia like several months back. I did a trip in Brazil during Carnival. Then went back to Mexico. Now I'm back in Cali working, getting that money up for Brazil again, and then Thailand after that.
Did you just stay in Rio, or did you visit other cities?
I did I did two previous trips uh, in Brazil. First trip I did both Rio and Sao Paulo. And then the for Carnival I did just Rio because it was Carnival.
Yeah.
I usually go during low season.
I went right after Carnival ended, bro. I went to the Bad Bunny concert in Sao Paulo. I stayed in Sao Paulo 2 weeks, and then I went to Rio for about a month, and then I went like to Argentina, Uruguay. I didn't like Uruguay. Fuck, I would never recommend Uruguay to anybody. There are some good looking women in Uruguay, these some thick ones, but it's just not enough for me to stay. Buenos Aires is dope, but unless you're going with some heavy loot with some money for you're willing to spend about over $100 a day on food, like 'cause unless you cook your own food, it's gonna be very pricey. Argentina, I don't think it's worth the price, bro. But it was still
They're
it's a dope
racist
city
as
though,
shit anyway.
huh?
Argentina is like the most, as far as black people go, the most
Yeah, yeah, I
racist.
feel you, bro. I feel you, but I mean,
I mean, they don't even consider themselves Hispanic. They consider themselves a
well,
European
they're
country.
not, bro. I think most of their ancestry goes back to Italian and German roots, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So
because
they
they
don't.
let the Nazis, the German Nazis, seek refuge in Argentina when the shit hit the fan and the World War II ended. That's
I
where
I
they
found
went.
out something I didn't know the other day. I found out that Buenos Aires back in the day used to be 30% black, the population, but they got rid of them through wars and uh,
Yeah, they put them on the front line so they could get
yeah,
shot first.
Yeah. So that's what happened. So there was a war between Argentina and
And then
Uruguay,
breeding them out.
and what
Yeah,
happened was Argentina put all the black soldiers at the front line and against Uruguay, and that pretty much got rid of it. And it was like, and what else that did is like they start like getting immigrants from Europe, like Italy, and then what's the other country? And Germany, which is why you see like for example like Messi, he's actually Italian descent. He's not Spanish. He doesn't have a Spaniard blood. He's actually Italian. So
mhm,
there's a lot of Italian blood and all that. You know what I'm
yeah, yeah. And then they started the black people that didn't die in the war. They started breeding them out, and then some of them migrated to Brazil.
Yeah, some of them migrated to Brazil. Some of them migrated to Paraguay. Because they got a large community out there. But speaking of Argentina, do you know they got a chain a restaurant called a nigger restaurant? Yeah, yeah, heard about that?
no,
Uh,
Yeah, that's how racist the place is. It's called nigger burger. So it's because literally that's what like if you look up on social media right now, they literally got a whole restaurant called the N Word Burger, and it's like that's how much racist Argentina is, and it's like you know what I'm saying. And when ISO Speed was at the game with Cape Verde and Argentina, they were saying racial slurs at him, and this
yeah,
is in the U.S. Argentina fans calling him that.
yeah. They're either gonna say the N word or they're gonna say mono. which means monkey.
Oh yeah, that girl got in trouble in Rio like a few months ago when she was like doing the monkey
They've
noise
been
to some
doing that for
waiters.
years.
Yeah,
Get
she
in
got
trouble.
arrested and shit, but they let her go. But it's funny because like her father did a video when she came back to Argentina doing like he did a video doing the monkey gesture as well. It's like, bro, that's where she learns this shit, bro. Like father, like daughter, bro.
That
I mean, your
see
daughter
that
just got released from jail or whatever, like house arrest, and now you're making videos about how Brazilians are monkeys and shit. Well, it's a bad look for them, dude. Like,
Mm.
but salute to Rob, bro. What's going on? Happy
What's
Thursday.
going on? Hey, thanks, man. I fell asleep last time. Dude, I caught myself. I was, I was reviewing the video. I was like, oh shit, I didn't even know I snored.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, yeah, nah, good fellas. How you guys doing? I'm actually heading to Colombia tomorrow morning.
Nice. I'll be there like in 6 weeks, in like mid-August.
Oh, no kidding. Yeah, I'll be there for a few days. But how long are you going for?
I'm gonna go for my birthday. I've never been there for my birthday.
Okay.
So I think I want to be there for like a month. I'm gonna get an apartment for a month, and then I'm gonna do Cali for about a month, and I just probably 2 months max, and that's it.
Where are you going for a month? You going to Medellin?
Yeah, and then Cali for a month, and then from there I go back home, and then maybe like towards like the beginning of the year, I might just take off to Dominican Republic or something.
Nice, dude. Nice. Yeah. No, Cali's good. I don't remember if it's hot when you're going. I think it's pretty damn humid. But Cali's not as bad as a coastal city, dude. The coastal city, dude, you could be in the sun, you'd be sweating
Yeah,
easily.
yeah. I've been to Cali for it's super hot, bro, and Cali's super dangerous though too. But I never walk around with my wallet. I just
Wait,
carry
wait.
cash,
Cali is not
and
that
that's
hot.
it.
The temperature is kind of like Medellin's temperature. It's
No, it's a little bit more hotter. Cali's
Nah, it's
hotter than
hotter,
that.
bro. It's a lot humid. For Medellin at night gets like really like cool and stuff like that. Cali's just like,
Yeah, Cali during the day it's not as bad as the coastal cities, but Cali's still hot, you know. But I think once you get past like I think 5 o'clock, it's not so bad. What are you gonna do? You gonna take some salsa classes while you're there?
man, I don't know, bro. I think I might take the classes actually in Medellin, bro. I have one of my friends. He's Venezuelan. He got kicked out of the U.S., bro. Like his work visa ran out,
Oh
and
wow.
he's been in the states working for 6 years, and I known him since 2019 or
Okay.
2018. He's been working, and
Yeah.
so they didn't renew his work visa. So he's like, bro, he's in Medellin right now. He just actually called me like a week ago. He's like asking me for advice and stuff like that. And he's gonna be there for a few months. And I was like, he does a lot of salsa and shit. So I'll probably just have him teach me or whatever, and then maybe do some classes with him at the same
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the only way he'll make it is he's got to his whatever he does, it's got to revolve around foreigners. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah. I mean,
mean?
that's what he does because he worked at a hostel for 6 years. He was a manager in Puerto
Yeah,
Rico, San Juan. So that's what he did, like just like show like tourists around. That's how he made his money. He used to take people to like the ferries to go drop off in Vieques Island, and so
yeah,
he made his money off of tourism. So I told him like he needs to get involved somehow in tourism as well, but he needs to get to know the city a little bit more better since he's like brand new there. So, but
yeah. He's got to just figure out exactly what he wants to do. He's got to use social media as well to get
yeah,
clients or whatever. There's a guy I think he does real estate, so he's got a YouTube channel that focuses on Medellin. But then what he does is he helps people find real estate or all kind of stuff. That's how he makes his money. So like he's in, helps people find a real estate property and then he gets a percentage like a broker. That's it. That's all he does all day long. And then he's got his YouTube channel to get the clientele. I think if you could figure out like if I were to go and just focus on foreigners, I would probably create a YouTube channel around helping like retirees and
yeah.
then showing them the different projects where
Yeah,
they're
that's what
built.
what's his name? Salute to Billy Gringo. He has like clients and he hooks them up with lawyers and all that stuff.
A lot of people do that, but I think you gotta specialize and figure out exactly what you want to specialize. What I would do is just focus on retirees, and then just give them a package where it's like I would show them the properties they're gonna build, right? The properties they build, and then have like a package with everything included, like how to, the attorney, the healthcare, all that stuff, and then have it in one package kind of deal.
Well,
A lot of people do it.
what's going on. You got some of the girls now that are doing tour guides in Medellin, like the good looking ones. What's her name? The crazy chick. that comes out there. Everybody that she made like a video talking about we don't need
Sincere,
borders.
sincere, or something like that.
I don't know her name, but
Mariah Sincere.
no, no, not Mariah Sincere. She's actually Medellin. She's from Colombia, dude. She does tour guides. She came out like a few months ago saying like we don't need tours here, tour guides here, or I'm sorry, she said we don't need tourists here. But yet she takes like the gringos to like expensive restaurants. Like if you see her Instagram, bro,
Ah, that's funny.
she takes them to like
That's
expensive
crazy.
five-star restaurants, and then she goes to the club and she's like, "Look, there's no prostitutes here in these clubs." I'm like, "Yes, they are, bro." Like,
Yeah. Well, there's that guy. I think his name is Rob. I seen a video on him. You know what he's doing is he's going into these WhatsApp groups, taking their phone numbers. I don't know if they're doing a reverse trace on the phone number where you can find out who owns the number. But he's taking a phone number and then the name, and then he's reporting them to
oh,
immigration.
look, I'm gonna just say I'm not gonna. I'm gonna. He's never done nothing to me personally. But the day that he fucks with me, for I will embarrass him for. I know some simps
Yeah,
out there.
I'll
I
tell you,
don't take it that far because I don't mess with people that have families and stuff like that. Fool, I just like I would really like if he came after me, I would try my best to be peaceful with him, like talk to him on the down low, like call him like, hey bro, like let's talk this out as grown ass man, or I'm in Medellin, let's meet up or something. Because I don't want
yeah,
to take it there, bro.
I don't think there's
I don't
any.
travel to fight with anybody, bro. Like, and I just
No,
like I just
I wouldn't even focus on that.
yeah, I don't
But
focus
it's,
on him either, but I just think like he's doing too much, and I think eventually, what's ever happening like with his personal life is gonna get exposed, and it's gonna be it's gonna like that. Just, I will say this: the only thing I will say he's gonna get embarrassed really bad, bro. Like
I
super
don't know if it's
embarrassed. Like
embarrassed. I think the
no, no, no.
problem.
I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna say like, you could just use your imagination. You know how the Paisa culture is, and when I say that it's gonna be embarrassing for him, it's gonna be embarrassing for him, dude. I will say
Yeah,
that.
I mean, I wouldn't trust the guy because he's openly saying, look, as long as, which I understand where he's coming from. He's like, look, as long as, but who's he like? Look, who is he to be policing anybody? For him to be coming out like he's policing everybody, what is he? Damn you know what I mean? It's very strange to me.
But that's how Colombians think though, especially in Paisa. So he has a Colombian family. So he's hearing this from those people every single day. So in his head, that's he thinks he's doing the right thing because that's what his family's telling him, dude. Like he has family and the friends, and they're just like, oh, these gringos are doing this, these gringos are doing that. And so in his mind, he thinks that he's like getting brownie points by making them happy. And he thinks like if I'm making my family happy, I'm making the whole city happy because look, I'm showing them like, look, this gringo is on your side, and he doesn't realize.
Look, I mean, I heard what he said. Look, I think some of what he says can sound like I could. Let's just play the devil's advocate. I don't agree with him. I don't know what his situation is, so I'm not saying I agree or disagree with what he's doing. I don't have the facts, but here's what I will tell you. Um, what did he say? He said they're like I seen one of these videos on a different channel, and he says that they're filming the women without their consent,
Yeah,
which technically is illegal, right? But I mean, what he's saying,
He was
I don't
capping.
know.
He was capping about that.
What's that?
He was capping about that.
Yeah. Like he was. I don't know what his goal is. Like, who is he to become? Like, do you know what I mean? That's just too much energy. That's all I'm saying. It's too much energy.
yeah. I mean, if
Who-
I had a family, if I have a kid on the way, I'm not doing videos like him. I'm just
Yeah,
focusing on
yeah.
my family. And if I was like, it's like
Very
you said,
strange.
I would do videos like helping like foreigners like relocate and stuff like that. I would focus on positive shit because he is a businessman, and I think he's very smart when it comes to money. So I think he would do very good if he concentrated on that. But coming at the passport bros, bro, I think he's too good for that, bro. If I could be honest, I think maybe he just likes the attention as well.
Yeah.
He is getting a lot of attention from it. So
I mean, he needs to just be careful about what he's saying because some of these passport bros can contact one of these Colombian goons and be like, "Hey,
Nah, I don't think so.
I mean,
I don't think they'll
you see what
do
I'm saying?
that.
No, no, I'm just saying. It's like, it's just he's playing because he's not in his own country. So now you're in a foreign country and you talking shit, and it's like, you see what I'm saying? The bail money. Some
no. But
guys can pay off
I don't think it would be the
bribery money.
passport bros. I think it would be maybe the local Colombians because he says that he's coming after the people that drug women and stuff like that.
Oh
So I
yeah,
think
yeah.
yeah, so I think if it did happen, I think it would be like maybe like somebody that's in a gang that he's affecting their money. Like, hey, bro, like take care of this
Yeah.
guy.
It's gonna be a
It's gonna
local
be a local guy that he's
Oh,
where
fucked with and shit,
where
bro.
he thinks
that makes more
like
sense. Yeah.
yeah, like where he actually thinks, oh, you know what, we're gonna stop them from doing ABC. But really, what's happening is he's eating into their pockets. Like maybe it's the guys that got these
Yeah, but
certain
Colombians play
hotels.
dirty, bro. Colombians play very dirty, and they find out where he lives
Well,
at or anybody in his family. They don't give a shit,
well,
bro.
no, if he's playing with their money, right?
But
So
that's what
then
I'm
it's
saying. If he does, if he, let's say he takes down a crime gang that was making about 10,000 a month off of robbing Americans or something, you don't think they're gonna come after him and they could get a chance?
I don't think it'll be a crime gang. I think what it'll be is whoever these guys are. So let's say, for example, I don't want to start naming names. There's a guy he reported for having these like yacht parties, and then with these prostitutes. So he reported on for having these yacht parties. He's trying to shut it down. So these guys are having these yacht parties with these. So I don't know. I don't know the facts. I don't know everything. So don't quote me on it. All I'm saying is what he said. This guy that's got this yacht party, he's gonna shut him down. That's what he said. And then he told the guy, yeah. And then he says, "Don't spend your money on it." Like that's
He's
what
a
he's saying.
resident. Yeah, he's a resident of Brazil. So what is he gonna shut down?
Is he? No, is he? No, I think he's.
No,
He's
he's
in
a
Colombia,
resident.
bro. He's a resident of Colombia, bro.
Oh, he's a resident in Colombia. He's got his residency
You know, he's a resident in Brazil. Skylar
as well.
DeRuin. Yeah, Skylar DeRuin is a yeah, he's a resident in Brazil. He got his residency there.
Who are you
So
talking about? Which guy?
No, but he's not
one
talking
of the
about
guys
Skylar. I
he
know who
was
you're
trying
talking
to
about.
No, no, I'm
Skylar
not
did get
talking about
arrested.
him.
yeah.
No, we're
I'm
not talking
talking.
about
I don't
Skylar.
want to name names. I'm not talking about him. I'm
The
talking
other
about
guy
another
is
guy.
Med Tuition. Meant to wit like
Yeah, yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy he
Oh
wants
yeah,
to
yeah,
shut down.
mentuition.
two
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
So he wants to shut him down because what he's doing is he's charging people money, a lot of money, and then he's just setting it up like it's not like it's local women. It's just he's setting it up like it's a brothel on water. So he wants to shut him down or something like that. So I don't again I don't want to get into. I don't know all the facts. I don't like
That's
talking.
what he thinks he's shutting down, but
Yeah,
Mentuition said it's not even like that. It's just a chill boat party.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Like I don't know all the facts on that, but he made it seem like it's something else. So, but
He's
I don't know.
and
I don't know what his affiliation is. Like you said, like oh, this guy's going out trying to be Superman. You know, you know what I
It's
mean?
true though. It's true though, bro.
he's
Like
Like
got
listen, it's very strange to me because it's too much attention. Who the hell goes on like social media to be telling people what they're gonna do? That's weird. Like how the hell what are you, Spider Man?
yeah, he
What the
took a
hell?
picture with some black people like a week ago and he posted, "Look, I got black friends." I'm like, "Come on, dog." Like,
Yeah, that's too much work. It's too much work, right?
no, I'm not doing all that shit, bro.
Yeah, I know. That's too much work. He's doing too much to try to convince people. But somebody said he's the white peso man or something like that.
Oh nah,
yeah,
Peso Man. I talked to Peso Man, bro. Well, I haven't talked to him in a long time, but Peso Man,
Yeah,
like when he came after people, Peso Man did it like if you get to know Peso Man really good, he does it for comedy sense, bro. Like he's just doing it to like
yeah,
to make people laugh, bro. This guy's
yeah.
not doing it for that purpose, bro. He's just really doing it to be an asshole and shit, bro. So
I think it's more than that. I think it's like I honestly think it's more than being an asshole. I think he's involved with some people. You know what I mean? I don't want to get into all that conspiracy stuff, but I don't think people don't move like that, especially using social media to be discussing stuff like, you know what I mean? Like, just doesn't make any sense. And I'm not a conspiracy theory. A guy said to me once, if you ever want to know somebody, don't look at their words, look at their behavior. So his behavior doesn't make any sense. Forget about his words, his behavior. That's very, very strange. Like, what are you gonna do, dude? Like, what are you, Superman trying to go out save what? It just logically doesn't make any sense. That's all
I
I'm
mean,
saying.
bro, I mean, come on, dude. That guy married a body girl that's a single mom, bro, from the hood, bro. Like, I want
Yeah,
to know what kind of like father the girl had a baby with. Is he like a regular dude? Is he a fucking bandido, a thug in
yeah.
the neighborhood? And shit,
straight up.
like what
Yeah.
kind of like, kind of people was that girl hanging around with before she met him? Like, I would never marry a girl from the barrio in any country. Forget Colombia, even Mexico. I wouldn't do it, bro.
But you know what? Again, to play the devil's advocate, it's like that Indian guy from Australia. he's got a girlfriend or fiance or whatever.
Oh
I don't
man.
want to.
Yeah, but his
Well,
girl's not from the barrio though. At least I have to give it that. Like she got
yeah,
some
she.
bit of bread though.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah. I'm not
She
saying
got
she
bread.
is,
She's
but
not a hood girl and shit. You know, like
I
that's.
She's
got
I,
you.
she's
You
got
know,
a
and
single mom.
I'm
She has
not
money,
knocking
right?
him. I'm not knocking him for it. What I'm trying to say is that look, he's a single guy. He chose to date or whatever, and she's got a kid. So sometimes people are flexible. You know what I mean? Sometimes they're flexible, especially if the woman's attractive. I don't think, I've seen this woman, she's attractive. So, you're going to be flexible if they have a kid. Sometimes some guys will be like, oh, my woman, she's good looking. I don't care if she's got two kids. I don't know. However, you want to measure that, but guys are flexible. They'll overlook that, which I think it's a lot of work when you got somebody else's kid involved,
mm,
because that happened to me once. I had a girlfriend. She had two kids,
mm.
but she was 26 years old. She was very attractive, right? So at that time, she was very attractive. And if you seen her, you'd be like, oh, I don't care. She got 10. So because she's attractive and she's in her prime, 26 years old is still young.
I haven't seen the Indian guy that much anymore. I know he was coming after the Password Bros for like a year, and then he kind of like slowed down. I think he
Uh,
does other stuff now.
Does he not? Yeah, he probably just stopped with his channel. Like because you got to keep on posting. So if he's not posting, his channel
Yeah, I haven't
loses
seen him
its.
post nothing in a minute, bro.
Yeah.
But he's kind of like this dude, like you said, he's like trying to change the city, like because I seen the comments that he leaves. And he's like, yeah, I hope the city changes. I'm like, bro, come on, bro, like, dude, like you're never gonna change the people that behave a certain way that have been behaving for like 50, 60 years, bro. Like,
Yeah.
it's, I mean, it's just the way it is. Like when you move to a city, either you like it or
Look,
you don't like it.
I think if they really were interested in trying to shut anything down, the problem is it's going to take a hit on the economy, the local economy. Number one, the hotels, the restaurants.
Oh, they're gonna be all right because of what happened with Venezuela. For that earthquake saved, I think honestly, I've been telling people that earthquake saved Colombia's ass, and she really did in many ways.
How?
And because I think if Venezuela would have opened up in within a year, or even 2 years, I think a lot of the content creators would have started making videos about the women over there, and guys would have flocked and shit. I already
Yeah,
seen a lot of content creators talk about how they want to go to Venezuela, so it would have just took maybe one or two guys to make videos like, "Hey guys, look at the women that I got here," blah 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 blah, and guys will start
yeah,
flocking over there. But that's not going to happen anytime soon now.
yeah. Oh,
So
I got you.
yeah, I
But
think
but
Colombia's safe for a few years now, bro. This earthquake saved their ass. It really did.
okay, that makes sense.
And
Yeah,
it
that
saved
makes
their
sense.
ass, bro. And I'm not saying like everybody's gonna leave Medellin. That's not coming out of my. I'm just saying even if a third of people decide to like say, you know what, we're feeling disrespected over here. Let's go to Caracas. All right, the Airbnbs will start taking hits, clubs, and all, etc., etc. You get it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I follow you. I think if you were to look at the places that these foreigners go to, or I would even say not even foreigners, but tourists, because really they're coming in for like 7 days or whatever, short
I'm
period
gonna
of
ask
time.
you something. Do you think this president is gonna fall through on his threats that he's gonna come after these like L and Z or I don't know what they call themselves?
Nah, he's not gonna do
I
anything,
don't think so
dude.
either.
It's all talk, dude.
Yeah.
Come on, man. He's gonna make Colombia great again. It's not. It's not gonna. Look. I don't want to discuss politics. I don't like.
I was telling my
I
friend, bro. I was telling my friend, like these guys, like the rebel groups, really have Colombia by the balls, bro. Because like no matter what this president does, like I told my friend, like if they ever actually did come after this guy,
You know what? If this guy was like the president of El Salvador, where he just suspended the Constitution and said, you know what, time to round people up, it's not going to happen. First of all,
yeah,
I know it's not going to happen. There's too much money exchanging hands. But if he said, well, okay, time to suspend the Constitution. Hey, we have an emergency, like the guy in El Salvador, and start rounding them up. He'll clean the country up, but it's not going to happen. Like the guy from El Salvador, people don't know his background. You guys know his background?
he's half Lebanese, isn't he?
Yeah, he's half
Yeah,
Palestinian.
yeah, something
So
like that. Yeah.
yeah, he's like half Palestinian Christian, and then his mom is El Salvadorian, but he's 100% El Salvadorian because he was born and raised there. The only thing about him that's Palestinian is his name. Other than that, like if you know his background, where did he get the idea to round everybody up? That's not a Latin thing, dude. He got that from the Middle East. That's what these Arabs do. The Arabs like, we got a problem, let's just cut it out. And they just, round up all the criminals. That's what they do in the Middle East. That's why if you go to like Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Qatar, they're all fucking safe places.
Yeah, they
The
don't
only
mess
one
around. They don't play
they,
around. They don't
they
play
don't
around.
fuck around. Like if you go there, they're safe as
They
hell,
have
dude.
public executions as well. They don't give a damn.
Well, yeah, well, I mean,
They don't give a damn, bro.
that's
Like,
a little bit different. It's not like they, if you look at the numbers, it's not like they're executing thousands of people every year. It's probably like 100 or whatever. We kill more people in the U.S. than they probably kill there. I don't want to get into that, but
yeah, yeah,
what it does is like it causes, like, for example, when they kill the foreigners, a guy molested a kid or whatever.
yeah,
They
yeah.
don't
I
they
get
don't they
it.
don't mess around on that stuff. But anyway, not to get off topic, but the guy from El Salvador rounded up 65,000 MS-13. El Salvador, I forgot all the damn gangs. So like he rounded up 65,000, and these idiots had their faces tattooed, so it wasn't hard to figure out who they are. And he just started rounding them up and placed them in prison. And you want to know something? 92% of El Salvadorians support him. So
Yeah.
if he's doing something wrong, why do 92% of the population support him? You want to know why? Because they could finally walk out on the street for once in their life.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean? Can you
yeah.
imagine the guy's got tattoos? And actually, and I don't want to get into it, but
But Colombia
and
is
let-
hard because the Colombian gang members don't really have tattoos like that, like identifying marks of their
yeah,
body.
but it could still find them, dude. The neighbors will turn them in, dude.
Mm, I
If they
think,
had like a secret phone call, call in secret police or whatever, they're wrong. But the problem is, I don't think they're interested. And I hate to talk about this. I don't think they. It's not that easy, dude. There's a lot of elements involved. So it's kind of like take the worst part of the U.S. where it's like impoverished, gang ridden, drugs. I'm not saying the whole country of Colombia
mm,
is like that. It's not like that, but how are you going to clean up a neighborhood in the U.S. that's like that? It's very difficult. The only way you're going to have to do it is you're going to have to either suspend powers and go in and start rounding people up. It's not that easy, dude. It really
mm.
isn't. You got to suspend your constitution, your rights, and then you go after these people. But that's not going to happen. The guy in El
Yeah,
Salvador
but
did.
I don't think it's gonna happen too because I know like Colombians play really dirty. For like I was telling one of my he's a Colombian veteran himself,
Yeah,
and I was telling him like, bro, like they could start like if they really wanted to the fuck with this dude, bro, like and put like pressure on him, like all they would have to do is put like one bicycle bomb by the park during the Saturday, and then one
yeah,
in Comina Tres, and that's it. The tourism dies in Medellin for a whole year. It
yeah.
doesn't even have to be a powerful bomb, just enough explosives where it just scares people. And then, the YouTubers are gonna all talk about it. Oh, bomb goes off in Yeres, and two prostitutes got injured, and one
Yeah,
gringo's like in the hospital, and he'll
right.
lose it. He'll lose the tourism, and they could even take it a step further and shit. They got a
Yeah.
lot of money because of the cocaine. They could be pay a sicario like, hey, bro, like any prepaga that goes to the park, fool is fair game and shit, bro. You kill one
I
fucking
don't think they got enough police and military to go through and just occupy an area and then say, okay, let's clean out the
No, no, but
town.
I'm just talking about the Yellen Sen. They could play very dirty because I was in Cali
Yeah.
like 3 years ago when they put like a bomb by the military base. I was staying at the military base before the bomb
Yeah.
went off, but when I got there, I could see like the presence of military is like doing like foot patrols all over the place, and I
You
didn't
know,
like
I'll
that.
tell you that. I mean, the only way, if they really wanted to clean stuff up, there's only two options, which I don't, like I said, it's not going to happen, but you only have two options. The only way you could do it is if the U.S. went in to help them, where the
Mm.
U.S. said, okay, we're going to give you everything you guys
Yeah, but
need. Now,
the real powerful ones hide inside the jungle, so you're not gonna capture them.
no, the U.S. can find them. U.S. can find. If
No.
the U.S. got involved, they'll find them, right? If
Mm.
people don't realize that, like the technology the U.S. has is incredible. Which I mean, think about it. Like they're going up against Iran, and Iran's pretty strong. They're stronger than Iraq. They make their own damn weapons, hypersonic missile, all this stuff, right? And
Mm.
and they're dependent on Russian technology, Chinese, whatever, right? But the Iranians are strong. They've been planning this for 40 years or more. Even though they're
Mm.
taking hits, they're still strong in comparison to Iraq.
Yeah, but they knocked out all the bases in the Gulf Arabs. Like all the bases are completely destroyed. If you look at the satellite images, those bases are all gone.
Right.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
all
that's a good
gone.
point. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, that's a really
they're all
good
gone,
point.
bro. The satellites that had there, the radars are so expensive. I was like, damn, they took those out the first day.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
no
took
shit.
they took those out. They took a few planes out that had how they have those planes that have like the gas planes that like go up in the air and the gas like the fighter planes and stuff like that. They
Yeah.
took a few of those planes out as well. They did some damage, bro. They did some damage. And
Yeah.
yeah, but Trump is kind of like obviously he can't come out and be like, oh, six of our bases are completely destroyed. That's a PR
Yeah.
disaster and shit for him, bro. But
Yeah,
he
it'll take a hit. I
yeah,
don't
he
know. I
can't.
don't know what the hell he should have just they got a memorandum of understanding. They
I
should
mean,
just
this guy
continue.
said that he's gonna build prisons in the jungle, but I don't believe him. He said I'm gonna build like 3 mega
Oh,
prisons.
he's all talk, dude. Come
Yeah,
on,
I
man.
don't think
Come
so, man.
on. This guy is
The
not gonna.
Colombians right now actually rebuilding their stadium in Medellin. I don't even know that they're gonna increase it from 40,000 to 60,000. I was looking at the blueprints yesterday. It
Right.
looks really nice. The stadium has a big screen TV and like everything. So my
Yeah.
point is that the Colombians rather waste their money on a football stadium than on a prison. That's my point.
Yeah. I don't. I think the
I'm
prison's
just
more
keeping it real,
complicated.
bro. I'm
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
keeping it
Yeah.
real, bro.
Yeah. I think the
If you did
prison's
a
one
boat
more.
right, you did a memorandum in Medellin. What do you want? A big stadium? Actually, you did a memorandum say we could build you a stadium that could fit 100,000 people and shit,
Yeah.
or a prison. They're gonna be like the stadium.
Yeah. It's kind of strange because if you look at like my girl was telling me in the coastal city in Barranquilla, there's two gangs that told the mayor they're going to shut down the whole area. Like the gangs are telling the damn mayor, and I'm like, what the hell? How the hell the gangs go and tell her? Because they started threatening them. I started thinking, dude, you could figure out who these guys are. Just go get them when they go to bed. You know what I mean? Kick in the damn door.
They have girlfriends. You just
Yeah, you could figure out how somebody will say. I mean, look, they're scared to talk because the police are not. First of all, how often do you see the cops driving through these areas? Never.
never, bro.
So imagine if you were to turn on your neighbor that's a gangbanger or whatever, or sicario, you turn on the guy, there ain't nobody there to help you, dude. You're on your own. That's why people stay silent. They're scared to talk because there is no police to come help you. They're not going to investigate anything. What do you think? If you call the police in the US, even in the worst neighborhoods, at least they'll be there in 10 minutes. You call them in Colombia, they'll be there in 5 hours. You know? It happened to me. One time I called for music late at night. They showed up 3 hours later. ¿Qué necesita? I was like, ¿Qué necesita? I'm already sleeping, motherfucker. I'm like, this guy, ¿Qué
Bro, you know what? That's
necesita?
why I got so mad about that Russian they kicked out. I stayed in this apartment for like a whole month and a few years ago in Medellin, and it was like one of
Yeah.
those nice apartments too. It wasn't like it was one of those that had security and everything. And they used to have
Yeah.
like loud music on a Monday, on a Tuesday, like reggaeton blasting, and you could hear it through the walls. And like I would tell security, and they wouldn't do shit about it.
Yeah, they don't do shit, dude.
And then when I saw about the Russian guy, I was like, bro, it has to be because he's a foreigner. Because everybody in the damn body, at least one building has like an asshole that has music every fucking other day
They
blasting.
just deal with it. And the
Yeah, but he
weird.
was a foreigner, so they made him an example. I'm like, bro, and I was thinking to myself, bro, like, what happened to the building that I was at? Like for the whole month, like every other day, this dude had like loud music and
Yeah,
shit.
we had that we call a portero or security guard.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
shows up instead of knocking on the door to tell him to lower the music, he's tapping the door because he's scared he's gonna lose his job. I said, "What the hell, dude?" I had to call him 3 or 4 times. This is in Pereira. Called him 3 or 4 times, and turns out I think she was a prostitute. She was on her boyfriend left, so she would pound the music while she's banging a dude or something.
Oh, okay.
But she's pounding the music at 3 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday, and so we can hear everything. So I couldn't sleep, and I was a lot younger then. So I like started knocking on the door like a maniac. Silencio! And just banging on the door. Yo quiero dormir. Just knocking on the door like a maniac. Because here's the thing. I was thinking if the security guard's not going to do anything, maybe they can call the police for me banging on the door like a maniac.
Yeah.
Police show up and then they'll turn the music down. But he would go tap the door because he's scared to lose his job in case she complains. Turns out we had an altercation with her boyfriend. Like this guy's like 5'3" and shit. He comes and starts banging on our door at 3 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday, like just to get even. Like that's very vindictive.
Yeah, yeah.
Kicks on the
Colombians are very, very fucking vengeful people. Yeah, yeah.
so check this out. So this guy started banging on the door. So then he started banging on the door, like kicking it, because that's what I did. And then he ran up the stairs, walked up the stairs. He was drunk. And I told him, "Hey, what's going on? Take it easy." He goes, "Oh, a week ago you were banging on the door." I said, "Yeah, but your girlfriend was with another man." And he goes, "Oh, you're a liar." I said, "Well, liar." And he tried kicking me in the face. So I grabbed his leg and then I dragged him off he started dragged him where I grabbed his leg and then his butt started hitting the stairs and then we dragged him in the apartment.
But you can't do that, bro, because Colombians
I
are
know, I
they
know,
don't
but
they don't play fair, bro. They'll come back with guns or
yeah, no,
knives and shit.
I
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
So I know that then. So this happened like a long time ago, 10 years
yeah,
ago.
yeah.
So then what I did is I told my buddy, grab the broomstick. We're gonna. I told him, grab the broomstick. We're gonna spank this motherfucker. I told him, grab the broomstick. I said, look, man, it's too late now. I already dragged him in the apartment. I said, we got to do something. It was crazy because he was a drunk guy, crazy guy, tried kicking me in the face. And, I'm a prior military. I grabbed his leg and then just dragged him in the apartment because I used to wrestle, whatever. And, whatever. I'm not a tough guy, but I know how to defend myself. A tough guy means somebody who doesn't care about going to jail. You know what I mean? In this
Mhm.
case, it was self defense. He tried kicking me in the face. I grabbed his leg and then just yanked it.
But that's
And
weird
then
because Colombians rarely get violent like that. He must have been drunk or
listen,
something.
listen. If you're not scared to go to jail and get locked up with all these damn thugs, who the hell wants to get locked up with thugs and lose? You know what I mean? If
Yeah.
it's self defense, it's a different story. But if you're trying to you want to be a tough guy, you don't care. Look, I know a guy that's gotten arrested 56 times in the city I'm in. He doesn't care. He doesn't care if he goes to jail. Like I know of this guy 56 times. If you have that feeling where you're like, I don't really care. Let me just stab the guy and not care. You know what I mean? There's people like that.
Yeah.
They have no feeling. They're like animals and they're violent. And then all of a sudden they don't care if they go to jail. So how do you protect? You got to protect yourself against these type of people. Only a stupid person, whatever. But anyway, long story short, he tried kicking me in the face because I told him, hey, I told him, take it easy. And so he was high up the stairs, like he went up the flight of stairs. And then I was like he was up, he kept kicking on our door at 3 o'clock in the morning. It was a steel door. He woke us all up. We thought it was gunshots. And then we looked through the peephole and this motherfucker was running up and down. Then he tried kicking it again. And then we opened a little bit and then we didn't know what was going on. Turns out he's yelling, a week ago, you guys were kicking on our door. So I told him, calm down, dude. Your girlfriend was with another guy. And he said, oh, you're lying. Then tried to kick me in the face. And that's when I grabbed his leg and then I just yanked it. And then his butt hit the stairs and I dragged him in the apartment. It's too late. That's it. It's self defense because he tried kicking me in the face. But I wouldn't recommend everybody do that. Problem is, you can't call the security guards a waste of time. We already tried that. So what do? You just go back into your apartment, let the guy kick on the door, try to call the police, wait for them to show up 3 hours later. Like you look, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Problem is, here's the problem. We don't know if this midget knows somebody, and even if he doesn't know somebody, he can go pay somebody $50, to do something.
Yeah,
So
yeah, of
now
course, bro. Yeah.
so it's not you. You don't have to live in fear. It's not that easy. First of all, they got to find you. What is he gonna do? Wait outside the damn gate till you get out? You know what I mean? It's not that easy, dude. They got to find you. So, I mean, if unless they're gonna sit outside the gates or sit outside, wait to see when you leave, nobody's gonna do that all day. It's like hiring a private investigator. It's not that easy, dude. So anyway, long story short, the guy he left his shoe in the apartment when I dragged him inside. He was terrified because we were crazier than he was. But the guy I was with, he's all talk. He was a Persian dude. He's all talk, and then all of a sudden, like you know how people talk, and then when shit hits the fan, they don't back it up.
No, no, no.
So I had to sit there and tell him what to do. Go grab this. Go grab, because it was like the guy was just crazy. He was a crazy guy. So at that point, we were just trying to figure out how to manage this guy. And then he was scared because he's like, damn, these gringos are crazy. They're crazier than I am if they're dragging me in the apartment because he tried kicking me in the face. So what do you do? Someone, yeah, yeah, it was really crazy. Like this guy was nuts. And I kept telling him, calm down. What are you yelling for? Relax. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. And so he was getting even, but it was really loud. They had the music so loud, it was like a nightclub. So nobody could sleep at 3 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday. All you hear is boom, like loud music, man. It was crazy. So people don't realize you could easily get into that type of situation. So how do you get yourself out of it? Especially if the person you're dealing with is not respectful, doesn't have any etiquette, doesn't have any manners, just pounding music in a whole high-rise building. Then high-rise building pounding music like it's a nightclub on a Sunday at 3 in the morning. So what do you do? What are your options? You think the security guard's going to do something? You're lucky if they got a good. You know they'll do something if the administration of the building is really good. If the administration of the building doesn't play games, you're set. A lot of times they don't know how to run crap. Like, if they're not good, so you're screwed. What are you gonna do? Complain? It's incredible, dude. I can tell you stories. Like I was in
Colombians are
about
not good. Colombians, I'm sorry for, are not good business people. They're really not, bro. I was trying to get this apartment that I had about 2 years ago. It has a private jacuzzi, and I think the guy wants like almost 1,400 for the whole month. And I think at the time when I got it 2 or 3 years ago, I paid like $700, and I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna pay you that. Just too much. And I was like, honestly, I was like, bro, your apartment's empty most of the time. Like I'm looking at the available dates. It's like it's been empty for like a whole month. So
yeah.
you're not even renting it out. I'll give you like 1,000. I think that's fair. He's like, nah, I've got other apartments for you. I'm looking at the apartment right now on my phone, and it's still empty. Like they don't.
Yeah.
They just like rather the guy dropped like $100 on it. He's like, I dropped
Let,
150.
let, let me tell you the mistake like people make. Don't ever try to negotiate outside of, let's say, for example, it's an Airbnb. Even if you pay an extra $50, $100, pay it. Because if you have any problems with this guy, the Airbnb will be the mediator. You can go
No,
after
I'm
them.
getting through Airbnb. I'm not getting it through him. Hell no.
Oh hell no.
Yeah,
That
no,
happened
hell
to me
no. Fuck
once.
that shit. I don't trust Colombians at all,
Oh.
bro. Hell no.
that
Hell,
that
I got an
happened to me.
apartment without Airbnb the first time I went the
I
first year,
know. I know
but it
they
actually we did like a contract though, so I
yeah,
signed the contract over, so it was all legal. But
right.
like I would never like do like outside because I don't trust these people at all. I've heard stories of people getting apartments and they get screwed over. I've had friends tell me like they get an apartment, they sign like maybe like a month in Airbnb and then they go outside of Airbnb, they pay like
Big
3 months
mistake.
advance, something like that.
Yeah,
And
that's a
something
big
goes bad on
mistake.
the building and they don't want to fix it anymore and shit like that.
Yeah, yeah, dude, it's very difficult. It's better to have them as a mediator, Airbnb.
Yeah.
Like it's always worked. Whenever you try to go outside, you think you're saving fifty
Yeah,
dollars.
yeah. I got a story to tell. One of two friends that went to Medellin like 3 months ago told me like the one of the persons that was at the Airbnb, I guess the worker, or maybe even the person that owns the place was stealing stuff from them. They said they got their cologne stolen. So they complained to Airbnb, got their money back, and they went to like another different apartment the next day. But you gotta be careful and shit, bro.
Oh yeah, yeah, 100%. No, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like I at in Cali, there was a guy like an idiot. This is during COVID. He got convinced me to save a little bit of money and then get his place for 3 months out of Airbnb, outside Airbnb. Here's the problem: it wasn't fully stocked. I had to go spend money out of my pocket to stock his kitchen. Can you imagine to get him stuff in the kitchen? And then he gave me an attitude about it. He goes, uh, you got everything. I said, what do I have? One spoon and one fork? The hell's wrong with you, dude? So I had to go buy spatulas and all kind of stuff. But it was what a mistake, man. Like you learn the hard way. Like you can't think you're gonna save $50 a month for $100. It's not worth it. Pay the extra money and go through Airbnb. Because if you complain, this guy's got to get on top of it. If you try to do things outside of Airbnb, who are you gonna complain to? He'll see. They don't want to lose their lead source. That's where they get their leads from, Airbnb. So they're dependent on Airbnb. If they get enough complaints, they're in trouble. So that's why Airbnb's are, and it's no Airbnb. I think is American or British company, which is really good. They normally, at least they run a lot better than these guys do. These guys don't understand customer service. You try to explain it to them.
No, no, they don't. I was trying to get the guy to like bring it down, and he's just like he took like 150 off him, like bro. And I'm, the apartment has been empty for for like 6 months. I found the old apartment because I
Yeah,
rented that apartment in 2022 for about a month, and then like I never went back to it because I think a few months later it wasn't available on Airbnb. So
yeah,
I think the owner sold it and they went back on the Airbnb. So I found it like recently, but it's been empty most of the time. Like I'm looking at it right now, it's like empty months and months. I'm like, bro, like you're gonna make about $1,000 versus not making no money. But they don't think like that. They rather just
yeah,
lose $1,000 because they want to make an extra $200. That's the mindset of the Pisces.
yeah. It's kind of strange.
They're horrible business people. They really are,
Yeah,
man.
there was a guy I went with. This is in the coffee region. So this guy says to me, he goes, "Hey man, let's go. I'm gonna pay for the drinks, like as if he's gonna pay it." So we go to this small little pueblo town. He goes, "I'll pay for the drinks. You pay for lunch." So we go to the drinks. You know what he bought? he bought the little cafe tinto. You know what that is? Like
Yeah, yeah,
it's like 1,500 pesos. So he went and bought me a cafe tinto for what? That's 1,500 today is like what 45 cents. So then we go to the restaurant. He goes, "All right, you got lunch?" And it's like it's me, his mom, and his girlfriend and himself. I said, "You know what? I got lunch. I got to go use the restroom. I'm gonna go ahead and take a bus back to the city." You got like I was pissed. Dude. I didn't. I told him like in a sarcastic way. I
yeah.
said, "Dude, you own." He owned. And the crazy part is, he owns a building with commercial storefronts. And so he's got four apartments and like five commercial storefronts. And this dude's sitting there talking about, you got this, it's like 30 bucks. I said, are you crazy? That's your girlfriend and your mom. You want me to pay for them? I said, I'll give you 1,500 pesos. Now, and this is a guy that's got money, some semblance of money, So it's crazy. He started laughing. I said, dude, I said, you got the wrong person. Look, I said, listen, dude, I'm more paisa than paisas. So don't pull that fast one because I'll go through the back, go use the restroom, leave, and I'll just take the bus back to the city because we were in a Pueblo town. He started laughing. I said, dude, that's a straight paisa move on top of paisa move. I said, I know you guys better than I know myself. Yeah. Crazy, huh? 1,500 peso coffee. I got the Tinto. I was like, nah, tell you what, I got my own 1,500 peso Tinto. Like that was crazy. Like, who does that? But that's happened to me. I think you learn. I think the good thing about paisas I learned. I'll tell you the people. I don't focus only on the negative things. I don't do. I look at the positive that comes out of situation. I'll tell you what has made me a better salesman to being around paisas. And the reason why I say that is because the paisas, like this is why I tell people never mistaken kindness for weakness. Because what I've learned in Colombia is people they'll come at you very nice. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Like that. And the whole time they be plotting everything. Hola, ¿cómo estás? You know what I mean? So I learned that from the paisas, not only paisas, it's actually not a bad trait. It's a good trait.
But I was
Be-
telling, I don't know if you heard me say this on the last live. Like I was like, bro, when I went to the stadium, there's a lot of good looking couples. When I went, because Colombia played a game over here in Guadalajara,
yeah,
and so I went to the stadium and I was like, well, I have my cameras. Like I'll do interviews with them after the game because I was like, everybody's in a rush to go inside and whatever. And
right.
like when I came out, I went to like Chapultepec, which is like our version of like Sesenta. And
Uh-huh.
bro, there's Colombians there, but it was not the couples. It was like the guys that were in groups or the older couples in their mid 40s or late 40s or whatever. But
Yeah,
all the young people, they went straight to the hotels, bro. And
yeah.
I
It's
guess they don't
funny.
trust Mexicans, or maybe they don't want guys talking to their girls because they know their girls are super attractive. But they went all straight to the damn hotels, dude. And another thing too, I didn't meet
Yeah,
anybody that was from Medellin here. I met people that are from Bogota, Cartagena, Cali. I met a lot of people from Pereira and Armenia. I was like,
yeah,
bro, where the hell the Paisas at? Where the Medellin people? I didn't meet not one person from Medellin, dude.
yeah. I think yeah, that's kind of
It's
strange.
because the
Very
women
strange.
make their men spend money on dumb shit in that city. Fool, give me my an
Well,
iPhone, give
like
me my
listen,
boobs, and
I think in Medellin you got to keep in mind everything is I don't want to use the word superficial, but everything's external. Like you got to look good, you got to dress good, right? It
mm.
costs money for that. People don't realize it costs
Well, I
money.
saw that, bro. Because at the
It
stadium over
costs
here
money to look good.
at the Fan Fest, there was no Pisces, bro. There was people from all over Colombia. Even Santa Marta was there, Cartagena, bro. Every city
Think
that you could
about it.
think of.
Think about it. Like,
Ibaque, people from
yeah.
Ibaque were there, fool, but nobody from Medellin, bro. Not one person.
Oh no,
Nah.
that's interesting. But and I guess Medellin's known for having the most attractive people,
Yeah, but
right?
it's because the girls make their dudes waste all the money. So like, it's expensive to come over here and then to come see a soccer game. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's
And
like a
so,
couple of
can you imagine
grand.
having a Paisa girlfriend that's hot? You think that you're gonna be able to save up that much money when you have her around? No.
Well, you got to kind of weigh it out. Do you want to go to Mexico? Like, if you said to yourself, "Do I want to go to Mexico or do I want to go somewhere else?" Right? Or
Yeah.
Miami, Miami, of course, right? But would you say, "Hey, I want to go to Mexico"? You got to really want to go. It's not like you want to go out of your way, spend a couple of grand going to Mexico. Now, I don't know these other cities. I couldn't tell you why. Maybe they're not spending as much as the other. Medellin is known for spending money. They're known for spending
Man,
money.
I'm disappointed at I'm disappointed that the team lost. I mean, I was really hoping they were gonna win against Switzerland. So maybe they, because my plan was like if they go to the final, I'll definitely go back to Medellin. Like I was like, I'll fly next week. I don't give a damn. Like right now,
Yeah.
I'm saving up money to go back to Colombia, but I would never miss a final World Cup
Did you
game.
see? Did you
Colombia's
see the?
playing, bro. Like
Did you see the Argentina Egypt one? Egypt got
oh
screwed.
man, bro, it was so fucking. Ugh.
What was that set up?
I
Like
mean,
they
yeah,
didn't they
dude, they
didn't
took
call
their
the
goal away. They
penalties
said it
on
was
them,
a
and
foul, bro.
yeah,
And
yeah,
Argentina is known for having the most stupidest fucking fan base, bro. Like they're super like annoying as hell, dude. Like I don't want to,
yeah.
dude. No, I'm good.
I seen they were like they had the Israeli flag, and I seen some videos.
Yeah,
All of that is just to get into your head. You got to keep in mind. It's interesting. I
yeah,
seen
that's what
some.
I think. I was thinking too, and shit, bro. Like whatever, dude.
All they
Like
get in your head, like, and then the Egyptians. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. They were like knocking them over, kicking them, pushing them, all this stuff. Do the same. The hell, dude. Somebody's knocking you up. Do the same to them. What the hell's wrong
yeah,
with these guys? They're scared. They're ready to lose the game anyway. I don't
yeah.
know.
I don't know, man.
It's kind of crazy,
I
but
don't know.
anyway, what were you saying before that? You said something else.
No, I just said like the prices didn't show up. Like, oh, it was really disappointing, bro.
Yeah, yeah. Like, listen, it's got to be a reason for them to
It
show
has to
up.
be the money thing, bro. It has to be because like you're telling me that there's more people from Pereira, Armenia, and Ibaque than people from Medellin. What's the matter? People
But
from Medellin don't got money. I said, come on, man. Like,
yeah, it's kind of strange, right?
yeah, like I was meaning because there's a fan fest, and so the day before there's Colombians that were there to watch
Yeah.
like games or whatever for like they had like big screen TVs and all that shit. And so I was
Okay.
talking to a bunch of Colombians, like, no, there's nobody from Medellin, man. So it's like, yeah.
Maybe they, like the smaller cities, like the ones you're mentioning. I think the cost of living is a lot. Actually, I know it is. The cost of living is a lot less. You can go to this website, compare cities. Medellin's known to be forty
Well, but I
percent
think it's the
more.
people that came over here are upper class because the 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 tickets are expensive. You're looking at about $500-600, and then you're coming
Okay.
with your girl. That's about 1,000.
Yep.
And then you're getting a plane ticket. That's about another 1,000. And it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's a lot of money. Well, you need at least
It-
about, and then hotel, food, and so you need a minimum of about 3,000, which is doable. I know people that can save up money, but I kind of feel like just prices just like spend their money like crazy. And I saw that
well,
like this
no, no.
college I was in.
It's not just that. The cost of living is even a lot more.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
Medellin's 40% more expensive than most other cities in
yeah,
Colombia.
of course, yeah, of course, bro.
So you got to keep that in mind. So like in Ibagué, you're going to spend 40% less. Even the rich people, it's still going to be 40% less. Same thing in Pereira, 40% less. So once you start comparing I looked it up and I said, okay, even the coastal cities are going to be cheaper than Medellin. Medellin is just super fucking expensive because it's overpopulated with foreigners. It's overpopulated. Then you have just a combination of things. So now you're competing with housing, food, now, look, the locals now have to compete for all this stuff. If they want to live, first of all, depends on where the foreigners are living. First off, let's be clear on that. You're not competing with them if they're not living in the same neighborhood. So let's take Mexico, for example. You guys remember that anti-gringo movement in Mexico City, where
Yeah, yeah.
they were gentrifying certain neighborhoods in Mexico City, and so they raised the price of real estate and food and everything in Mexico City in these areas. So now you have the people that want to be middle class or upper middle class, that want to live in those areas and move up in life, now competing with foreigners.
Hmm. Yeah, that's
Am I
true, man.
wrong?
Yeah, but I think the Bad Bunny concert exposed how greedy the people are from like the rental places. Like they raised the prices up the ass, and I think that was a good thing because I think the locals for the first time saw that it wasn't just a foreigner problem; it was like their own people that are doing that. So I think a lot of places kind of like opened their eyes when that happened, from what I'm seeing. And shit. Not
Yeah.
everybody, right? But a lot of them did open their eyes, like, oh, it's just not the gringos' fault. It's like these assholes that are,
Well, the
renting.
ones that own the place are the ones charging the top
But they're
dollars.
they're losing money though as well. Though some places are making money, but then
Yeah.
some like this place, this guy right here, like, bro, this apartment's been empty for like damn 6 months. And
Yeah.
you're that stubborn that you don't want to drop 300 because like for whatever you're still making a thousand, which is still a lot. And so like
Right.
I never pay more than $700, 650 for an apartment, by the way.
Right.
But I'm gonna do it because it has a private jacuzzi. I stayed in it before. I like it. I'm like whatever,
Yeah.
dude. Like I think it'd be a good place to do maybe some podcasts with some of the girls inside the jacuzzi, have
Yeah.
some fun. and whatever, dude. But the fact that he's just like, no, I want this, I'm like, come on, bro, it's whatever, dog.
Yeah.
See, I was like, maybe I'll do a fundraiser because I'm short $200. I don't know if people will donate. But at least if I do, like, I do put some girls on here, they're gonna be like, at least attractive. Like, I think so far, I've done 2 interviews with 2 girls, and I guess they were good looking. I wouldn't say that they're ugly or nothing like that.
Right.
And shit, dude. I didn't do good numbers on my shorts, but whatever. At least I could say, like, well, I had two decent, good looking girls, and like, because I seen some of these YouTubers post with some of their women. I'm just like, fuck that, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like,
Yeah.
man, it's not like that. I
That's
Nah, bro, I'm good. I'm not missing. Oh, you know what? I was gonna tell you something. I almost forgot. So I went to the language exchange. What's today? Thursday, right? Now I went on Tuesday right here. They have like this new language exchange in Guadalajara, and so I met this girl that was like studying abroad in Medellin. She's from here, from Mexico,
yeah.
and she was telling me that she was there for like a whole year. And I was just like, all right. So we started talking about Medellin a little bit, and she's like a bookworm, I guess. She was showing me that this fucking library. And she's like, I hope that when you go back to Medellin, you visit this library. Like, bro, I'm not gonna go to a little fucking library in
Right, right, right.
Medellin. But I didn't want to tell her that. But I was just like playing. I was like, yeah, 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 whatever. It's interesting. But then she told me she went out with this one guy, and she went to the guy's house, and the guy put a gun. She's like, yeah, sure. He was showing me his gun. I was like, what? And I just like a thousand things started going through my head because I do know some Colombians that do have weapons, and they're not bad people. They have weapons.
Yeah.
But I was thinking to myself, who does that? Who brings a girl over and starts like showing weapons and shit? I was like, and I
Yeah.
was like, bro, only in Medellin they would do some stupid shit like that.
That's
Or maybe it
crazy.
wasn't even a regular guy. Maybe it was a guy from the body. You never know. But she looked like she was middle class because she spoke English and she spoke a little bit of Portuguese as well.
Yeah.
And I just started freaking out when she told me that, yeah, the guy he took out a gun. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what kind of guys are you going out with?
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah. What the
Who
hell they
knows?
showing her
Who
gun?
knows what
That doesn't
other
make any sense.
Yeah, who knows what other shit happened to her, but she doesn't want to tell me. Like I was, oh my god,
Yeah,
it
that's
was
strange.
crazy what she was telling me, bro. Like, she was like, but it's good. Like I met some cool people there, and she was like not the third time I gone, but like the first 2 times I went, it was like super late, so it turns into like a club at night. People just go there and party, etc., etc. But I was gonna tell you, so like back to the topic. Do you believe that like now marriage is for simps? Do you think that most guys that are getting married in Latin America are simps, or do you think most guys are winning?
First of all, like let's be honest, right? Let's say somebody wanted to get married to a Mexican woman.
Mm.
First off, you don't speak the language. How the hell's it going to work out? If you don't understand their culture, how's it going to work out? The only way it's going to, like, I think the only way it's going to work out is if it's a mature couple that's a lot older. Like, I know I seen an American guy, didn't speak Spanish, didn't understand their culture, but slowly but surely, the woman he was with, he's in his 60s, she's, I think,
Mm.
50. Slowly but surely, it worked out because they were both alone,
Mm.
and they said, hey, what's the worst that can happen? They're both alone anyway. Now, the younger women, if they have options, they're not just going to go with a guy. Worst option, unless the guy's coming to the table with resources. And he doesn't speak the language, doesn't understand the culture, she'll take the resources. You got to kind of weigh it out. I think personally, if you don't live there, don't speak the language, don't understand the culture, good luck. It's almost impossible. It's almost
Yeah, that's
impossible, dude.
that's true. For 100% agree. For it's
Do
impossible.
you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you, bro. And shit, bro.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm hearing you, bro.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Okay, perfect. So you can hear me. I can't hear you for whatever
Can you
reason.
hear me? Yes or no? Oh man, dude, the fucking.
Okay. Anyway, I might have to log out, log back in. Let me do that now. I'll come back.
All right, man. You know what? But my thing is, my mic is my mic. Can y'all hear me, guys? Put a one in the chat if you could hear me. Shit, my bad, bro. Shit, let's see.
All right. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. That's My phone went into sleep
No, no,
mode.
no. I was gonna tell you, like the girls here in Guadalajara, they just speak English, most of them, bro. And
Yeah,
shit, bro. But my thing is, like, I would tell guys, like, from what I seen from the FIFA World Cup, like, I'll be very skeptical to meet a girl that speaks English because, like, a lot of them are gringo hunters, bro. Like, what I mean by that is, like, they literally go into the language exchange because I was talking to some Mexicans that were there, and we didn't even bother talking to the girls that were there. We're just like talking amongst each other because like one guy had been to Brazil for 6 months, and like the other guy went to Colombia. I got his info the other day. He's like he's gonna go next month. I was like, yeah, bro, I'll be there next month. We can link up. But we're just agreeing that most women over here in Guadalajara are gringo hunters, the ones that speak English, bro. Even the ones that don't. Like, so I'll be like, I would tell a guy, be very careful because that girl that you think that's wifey material, even if she's a professional, she might have smashed like 3 or 4 gringos before you and shit for, but you're the one that she tied up, like it's being honest, bro. Like, I was with some
yeah,
dudes that are from the UK, Australia, and they were smashing girls here left and right. So I know for a fact, like, some of these girls are just giving it up the first night to white dudes. And I'm not
yeah,
saying this to be jealous, but I'm just saying this to the audience. Like, bro, be very careful with that. You come over here, you meet a Mexican girl that speaks English, bro. Like, beware, aware that, bro. A lot of these girls are sleeping with white dudes, bro. And it's not just Mexican girls. I've seen Peruvian women do it as well. Um, Not so much Colombian. I think Colombian women don't give a shit, bro. From what I've seen, when I've been in 8 years in Colombia, like I really don't ever see like Colombian women really care if the guys like gringo and shit. They don't care. Same thing in Dominican Republic. I think the women that care the most are like the Peruvian women, the Brazilian women, and the Mexican women have like a white colonial mindset of like fetish and shit, bro.
you think
But
so?
yeah, yeah, 100%. I've seen it. I've seen it in Guadalajara. There's a bunch of videos of these girls kissing these foreigners. I've seen it in Brazil. You go to the language exchanges. I've had some of my subscribers DM me, tell me I went over there where you told me, and like, no, I'm a black dude, and all the Brazilian girls ignore me. They went for the white dudes. I'm like, oh my bad, bro. Like,
You know what I think? You know what I think it is like, and I've said this before. It's whatever they see in movies.
yeah, yeah, that's what I
So
think
so
as well. They
so
see like
if
Brad
that's what
Pitt
they
and stuff like that.
yeah, whatever they see in
Yeah, yeah,
movies, they're gonna believe it's reality and
yeah.
truth, right?
It's not fully. It's not.
Yeah, yeah. So whatever they see in the movies, they'll think it's reality. They don't know any better. I don't remember who was it. Some guy when I think I was in Asia or something like that. They would ask questions that you'd see in movies, and they're like, what the hell? So that's what people get. That's the perception. Like for example, you'll see a lot of these YouTube videos for this fight for this World Cup, where you have people from the UK saying, "Oh, you know what? All of your lives is like a American movie." So like that's all they always reference to movies, dude. Hollywood movies, right? Whatever they see in these movies, they think is reality. Everyone looks like Brad Pitt or whatever, but that's not the case. So I don't know. What do you think?
No, it's just yeah, I agree, bro. Like they see the stuff and shit. They're on Netflix and stuff like that. The series, bro, and just like
Yeah,
they see
that's
movies like, for example, like 50 Shades of Grey is a white dude. They
yeah.
see 365. They see
It's listen, man.
it's a fantasy
If,
thing. They
if
really think white guys
well,
are like
look,
that, bro. Like,
if that's all you see on TV is
and
people
it's
that
like
don't look
not the
like,
case, bro. Like they're just like getting used by these guys for sex, which I can't say nothing because I do the same thing too when I go to
yeah.
overseas. But I'm just saying, like, I just think it's like what they see on the TV. It's not reality. I think they figure it out really quick. Like they go out with them a few times, like, oh, these guys ain't
I
shit.
think, listen, I think like the reason why the Colombians don't care is because they've seen so many foreigners. If you go to these places where they don't see foreigners, like Guadalajara, these other places,
Yeah.
then they don't see that shit. Whereas in Colombia, they're like they already know the game. They already
Yeah,
seen it
exactly.
all.
So like when you go to the language exchange in Brazil and Rio, a lot of the Brazilians you see there are not from Rio. They're on vacation, so they go over there just to hook
Right.
up with white guys. And I seen it, bro. I talked to
Yeah.
this one girl that was actually her sister's married to a guy in Mexico in Guadalajara. We had a good 15-minute conversation, and this white guy, tall guy, started talking to her. Like, I shit you not, in 10 minutes, that guy took off and she went right behind him, got in the car, and left with him. And like, I was like, damn, fool. Like, I was talking to this girl for a long time. She left me like I wasn't shit. But I don't take it personal because I know she's from a city. Where's she from? Joviana or something. And she's
Yeah.
like, yeah, there's no foreigners that go there. So that's like
Yeah.
probably the first time she's ever seen a white dude. So she's fantasizing, oh, like, finally, my. But I think it's like, it's kind of like the same way that some guys when they go to Colombia, like some of the brothers and shit that have fetishes over Latinas. It's the
Yeah.
same thing with the Latinas having fetishes over white dudes. It's just like, but I think after a while, like once you get to know them, you're like, oh, these women ain't shit. Like
Yeah.
it's just like whatever, dog. Like but yeah, it's
Right.
just. But
Right. Right. Right.
I think like me personally, like I would never like be very wary of like if I met a girl here in Guadalajara that spoke English, and most likely you are, because most women over here are middle class and upper class. So if
Yeah.
you do meet
Yeah.
a girl here that speaks English, like I would be straight up with her. Like if I did something serious with her, I wouldn't be afraid of like I was like, have you slept with gringos? Like to be honest with me, because all the girls like, and obviously I know how Latinos are, so she's gonna lie, bro. Like oh no no, I never have. Like whatever, bitch. Because I
Right.
seen everybody's seen the videos on how the Mexican women are behaving in the World Cup, like. And so, and I went to the language exchange like when the World Cup first happened here, like a month ago, and I definitely saw how they were behaving. I was like, man, these fucking girls are fucking. Mexican women have been like one of those that, like, compared to the Latinas, like other Latinas hide their sex. No, other Latinas, I'm sorry, show their sexuality, but
Yeah.
Mexican women are kind of like maybe the least sexual women in Latin America, and so
Yeah.
guys for that reason would be like, oh, they're wifey material, bro. They're hoes too here, bro. Like
Yeah.
ask the Mexican dudes here. I've been here for like a month and a half, and I've seen how they're behaving. They're going for like Korean dudes, for black guys, for white dudes, like any guy that's from a foreign country, they're
Yeah.
going for those guys. And like, so no, Mexican women, they could be fucking, they could be sluts too, man. So yeah,
Yeah. 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 Makes sense.
yeah, but
No,
I
I
think like
understand.
I think most guys like that are getting married to to add more to it overseas are like married the bottom of the barrel girls. Like I rarely see a guy that's like I don't think I've ever met an American or foreigner that's like, oh, I married this girl from Bogota, but she studied in America. She got her master's degree in Yale or Harvard, or she went to, or Columbia Law School, or, she went to University of Miami, or she went to over here. Like, it's never that. It's always like a body of girl that has a kid.
Yeah.
That's the fact, bro. Like, Robert's one of those examples. He married like a girl that's from the body that has a kid, and now he's having a kid with her. And so it's never like a victory that I see with a girl, but like, man, that dude's married a girl that's a lawyer. She's a good lawyer in Colombia. She's well known. Like, never that, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. They listen. Truth of the matter is, if the girl's like you said, it depends on the class, upper class. Why would she want to marry a foreigner? Why would she want to hook up? Like, what is the benefit? There's no benefit. She already got a job. She's not going to sit here and try to acclimate to your culture. It's the other way around. So it happens, but it's got to be a woman that's, I don't want to generalize or stereotype. It's got to be a woman that's spiteful, or like she was dating guy after guy and getting screwed over, or she's like, I'm only going to date foreigners. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I've seen it to some degree, but that's not always the case. But I would say there's no reason for them. Like, they're going to want, just like in the US, they're going to marry the guy that they went to high school with or college or whatever. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
same social circle, bro. Social
Yeah,
circle,
same
bro.
shit, same
Yeah,
thing.
bro.
I, you know, I know a guy that he had to say he's a foreigner. He's a paisa. And then he was telling this paisa chick, I don't know if I ever told you a story. He told her he was from like the Netherlands. And then
Mm.
she believed him. He just started speaking to her in English. And then one day, his mom's in the background telling him in Spanish. This is in Medellin. She goes, ¿Tú quieres sopa con tu muerzo? And like,
Oh
you
man,
want,
you know what? Oh, I'm gonna tell you something. The girl I did an interview with, like, it's the second girl I have on my short, the good looking one with the Colombian hat. She was kissing some dude in the set in the town square,
yeah,
and she thought he was Colombian because the guy had a Colombian hat as well. And then when the girl told him like, "Are you Colombian?" The girl told the guy, "Are you Colombian?" And the guy was like, "No, I'm from here." She just walked away from him. And she, that's what I'm saying. Like these women are literally fucking. And then when she messaged me, she asked me where I was from, and I could have lied. I should have been like, "Oh, I'm from Colombia. I live in Medellin," something
yeah,
like that. And maybe I could have got her. You know what, guys? I honestly think I would give myself a 50-50 chance if I would have told her that I was Colombian, that I would have probably smashed her. But because I told her that I'm, from Texas or whatever, she kind of just like brushed me off, like I'm not interested in shit, dude. So that's why
wow,
I've always said, like, I think Guadalajara is a good place for foreigners. I think like whatever
yeah,
these women are not used, but it reminds me, Guadalajara reminds me a lot of how Medellin was like 8 years ago when I first went. Like you
yeah,
could go out with so many good looking women and good and women that were like decent as well, like not whores and shit.
yeah,
Um, Back in the day, it was easy to go out with like a nice girl and stuff like that because they're interested in going out with foreigners because that's when foreigners really started hitting that city 2018, 19.
right,
And, but now it's not like that no more. Now it's just like, get away from me. You must be a creep. You must be a sex pervert, like shit like that. I mean, obviously that would never happen in Guadalajara because we don't have red light district like that. But Guadalajara like reminds you a lot how Medellin was with the dating scene like 10 years ago. Like very,
It's
like very.
it's a few different reasons. And I see somebody brought that up, which I do agree with. What you got these guys coming through for a week. Why would that girl show interest for a guy that's leaving? You know what I mean? You're
Yeah,
only coming in for a week or a weekend. Why? Do you think she wants a long distance relationship? No. Like I got a girlfriend, and but I lived in the country,
yeah,
and then I lived there, and then I was with her all the time. Now she's like on the weekends. She's telling me I'm bored, and I'm like, okay, just be patient. But sometimes she'll be bored on the weekends because I'm not there. So what happens then if it's continuous? It's not going to work out. Either you're going to move or she's going to move. Somebody's got to move to be together.
mm.
Who wants to have a relationship on the phone? The only good thing you have
You'd be
is
surprised, bro. You're super surprised, bro. How many guys are like,
Yeah, I would say the only reason it would work out is if she's busy working all the time, goes to the gym. The only time you see her is on the weekend, but you got to just hope that she doesn't. She's a homebody. Otherwise, you're screwed.
yeah, we just have a bad reputation, bro. Like like I tell you guys, like man, I wish like y'all would have went to Medellin like 10 or I went like 2019, like January, but even the first 2 years, it was like so easy to meet women and go out with them. But like now, it's just like even some of the I saw this content creator that's German. He's German. He's not even American. He posted like I'm looking for friends in Medellin, and the video went kind of viral. It went like it got a few 100,000 views,
Okay.
and I remember seeing the comments of some Pisces saying like the gringos scaring me. Yeah, I'm afraid of them. And I was like, bro, that wasn't the case
Oh,
like
because they're
six.
putting them in suitcases.
Yeah, yeah, bro. But that's what I'm saying. Like 10 years ago or even 8 years ago,
Wasn't there a few situations where you got that guy who put the girlfriend in a suitcase in Bogota?
yeah,
In
and you got
Bogota?
another dumbass that did the same thing in Thailand. Man,
Oh, was
bro.
it time? No, no, I'm not laughing because I think it's funny. I think it's crazy. But was it Thailand? There was another guy that did it
Yeah, I
from
think he
the
was
U.
from Australia or some shit. I'm not
There's
sure.
a guy from the UK that did it again. Two guys put a girl in a suitcase in Colombia. Second time it's happened.
Uh,
Oh, you didn't hear about this?
oh my god, bro.
Yeah, this was recently. The guy's from the UK, and I don't
Man,
remember
but
who
I
the
think
other
what
guy.
pissed off Colombians was when they saw the pictures of that girl, like her dead body. It's like, fuck, bro.
Yeah.
It's, fuck. I mean, it was just like awful, bro. I was talking to this one girl. I actually did an interview with her on my channel, the architect girl. I did like a 30-minute interview with her in Cali. She's like smart. You ever go watch the video? She's like the one that's sitting on the bench. But anyways, she was like, super smart. I met her. She was doing Uber. I got her number. And I was like, yeah, we planned a trip to Mexico. I was like, yeah, like May, like we should come to Mexico. I got you airplane ticket. We could hang out. And then the DJ shit happened. And like 2 months later, I was like, hey, you still down? She's like, no. And I was like, something told me to ask her about it. I was like, does it have something to do with the DJ? Like, yeah, I think y'all are fucking crazy. Blah 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 blah. I was like, oh man, bro. And like, whatever, dog. She's just like talking her shit, bro. I think y'all are this. Y'all should stop coming to the country looking for whores. I'm like, bro, come on, dog.
No kidding, huh?
Yeah, and I was the first foreigner she'd ever met too, so that kind of like pissed me off. I was like, bro, like you're in like I'm like the first dude that you've ever met. Like I was like, whatever, for like I don't care. That's just the way Colombians are. They're very tribal. So I mean, the moment they feel like some other person from some other where it's possibly like a danger or a hazard or just not worth the effort, like they won't mess with you, man. So
Yeah, like I was talking to some people like from different cities. They would say, "Oh yeah, if it's a guy that the paisa owns a business in their city, normally they hire their own.
yeah,
It's another paisa that they hire for whatever reasons. They don't hire the local guy." This guy was telling me. I don't know if that's the case for most of them, but that's just how it is. That's how they roll. What are you gonna do? I don't think you can change that mindset.
yeah.
That's just the way they roll.
I don't know, man. I think what I was thinking the other day. Like I think they don't have no green over here in Guadalajara, bro. And I was like, I think if they ever did open a business like they have like in Medellin, how there's like every other block has a granizado. I
Yeah.
was like, man, I think if they open one of those like that over here and Guadalajara, I think it would hit, bro.
Oh, no kidding. Really?
Yeah, yeah. There's not one place that has like alcohol that has in granizados, like not at all, not in Mexico.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, it might work. I think so.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back
Interesting.
for my birthday, but like I'm gonna tell this guy, I'm gonna offer this guy deals. Like, bro, I'm gonna give you like one stack. For come on, bro. Like, fucking.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, I'm not paying you like $1,300. I stayed in that apartment too, but it's not worth 1,300. It's a nice apartment, but it's not like thirteen
He's
hundred
over.
bucks for me would be like apartment that has like AC, like everything's like furnitured out, like brand
Yeah.
new. Like, I'm not doing that shit, bro. Like, it's decent, bro. but it's not
Yeah.
worth that price. And this dude for the month of August wants like 1,700 bucks for it. Like, bro, and it's empty. I'm looking at it right now, bro. Like, nobody's gonna pay you that price for that shit, bro. Come on, man. Like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
mm.
You're gonna have to find another place to.
Yeah, I found another place that has a jacuzzi, but it's not private. It's like, but I wanted to do it because I want to do like videos on stuff like that, interviews with some of my friends there. I was like, whatever, have some of the girls there. Um, but the other one's like public, so it's just like, fuck that shit. Well, I can't do that. I can't. I can still have fun in the one that's public, but I kind of want to do like my lives. I had some of my subscribers like, bro, yeah, it'd be dope if you did a live in the jacuzzi with some two girls. I'm like, yeah, I think so. It'd be cool, bro. Like. And she might do that. I don't know. Maybe get Mariana's fat ass on there.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
She was hitting me up the other day. She's like, when asking me when I'm gonna come back. I was like, I don't know, bro. But I don't like her friends though. She doesn't bring hot friends. Like the other girl, that's my other homegirl, Juliana. That girl's my friend. That girl always brings beautiful girls and shit. So that's pretty cool. And so I'm hoping that I could definitely do that. But I have to start over, dude. The girls that I know like left. Like one of the girls actually that was with me. I think you were talking to her right when I had the live
Yeah,
some
when you had
months ago
this
in
show.
the Buenos Aires.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
the
yeah,
live.
yeah. That was you. Were you on that live when I was in
I,
Buenos Aires?
I think so. I
Yeah,
think
you were
so.
talking to her. Yeah, fucking Caddy or whatever. Well, she's
Yeah,
going. She lives over there. She's going to medical school, so she's not in Medellin no more. So I'm like, damn. And then my other homegirl, like she has a dude now. So I'm like, damn. You're like, so my options are like kind of like running out. But the good thing about Medellin is like you always find girls to do stuff with. Like I do have some friends that said they're down for it. So like whatever. Like maybe they show up and shit for them. Like, they'll be interested in shit. Pisces do anything for money, especially talk. But that's the good thing. I feel like when it comes to doing like interviews and stuff like that, even public ones or like comedy ones, I could do it more comfortably like in Colombia because man, in Mexico for the women ain't angels over here, bro. And if I told like women like a sexual question like for an interview, they get like offended, bro. And they're over there in Medellin, they don't give a shit. They just laugh, like
that's funny. That's funny.
But it's true though. There's guys that I see do interviews with women like that. They ask them sexual questions or just like funny questions, and they start giggling and stuff. You can't do that with a Mexican. I'm sorry, guys, but if I interview a girl here and I ask her like, how does she make herself come? That girl's gonna walk away. I could promise you, bro. And it's
That's
not
funny.
because she's a fucking angel either, man. Like I'm seeing how these women are behaving with gringos here, bro. So they ain't virgins and shit. Like, don't think they're walking
Yeah,
away because they're ladylike, and that's bullshit. Everybody, all the whole country has seen how the Mexican women are behaving with foreigners with during the World Cup and shit. Like us Mexicans, like maybe like y'all don't know, but they're all like on our social media account. Like every other day, I get like a video of some girl kissing some dude and shit, bro. And I got videos on my damn cell phone as well. I could show you one right here that I have of this one. This I think he's a black guy or is he a British? Let me see. Oh, he's a European. She's not good looking and shit, but this is like something that's going on like every like hour in the crowds in Mexico. So let me see if I could cam up.
yeah.
Let me see. I put myself on the big screen. Hold up. See, I could see. I don't know if my cam will show. Let me see. That's like one dude. And that literally happens like every hour at the fan fest. Like you see girls like kissing like European guys or like people from different races. So yeah, the girls ain't virgins, guys. So that's my point in saying like they'll get offended by a sexual question, but they kiss random dudes like that on camera. So the women over here are full of shit, man.
That's funny.
It is though. It is though, fool, because like I know what a lot of hot women are. They have like this sense of like pride. But I think like this is why like some of the guys that are here are kind of just like, bro, these women are just like so full of shit, bro. That's why I tell people is marriage for simps. And I say I believe it is, bro. Because I think if you come over here to Latin America, guys ain't really going to Mexico to find Mexican women. They're really not. Some dudes do. But
Right.
the five countries where I see most guys go is Thailand, the Philippines, Colombia, Dominican Republic, and I want to throw in Cuba. There was a lot of Cubans that go over there looking for good-looking women, like the Cuban guys. Mostly, it's not really like foreigners, but there are some foreigners, and they go over there. That's why the most attractive women that you see in Miami that are from Cuba are because some guy married them and they brought them back to Miami. And shit, now I've been to Cuba 3 times, bro. And you don't see maybe the highest number from 1 to 10 is might be a 6, but that's rare. But if you go to Miami, you see a bunch of Cuban girls that are 9s, 10s all day long at the mall and shit. Like, where are you from? You're from Cuba. And but the thing is that the guys go over there and they marry them and they bring them back to the States and shit, bro. That's the issue, bro.
Yeah, I know a story of a guy that he got engaged or married. I don't know what happened, but she flew to Miami, told him she could go to a restroom, and then just left through the back door or something. Like that's a story that really happened. And like I was talking to him, he's from Florida. He's telling me, I was like, wow, that's crazy. Anyway, I'm gonna head to bed, man. I leave in about 4 hours, so I gotta get
Yeah,
up.
bro. All right. I mean, me too. I
A
gotta wake up.
pleasure.
But I started my diet this week. I already lost 2 pounds, bro. I was like weighing like
Nice.
170, so I went like a 170, 168 now. That's why I
Nice.
don't want to go to Colombia because I was like, well, if I get a jacuzzi, I don't want to do videos with my fat ass stomach. And
Yeah.
so I was just drinking a lot like this last like when I was in Brazil. But I've been in Mexico for like a month and I haven't drank that much, only like 3 times. It
Nice.
should be, but yeah, Mexican women are wifey in my opinion. Yeah, I would agree, bro. Compared to other women, but it just depends though. For like me, when it comes to Guadalajara women, for I find the women over here very snobby and very stuck up. Um, but you do got some cool ones here, fool. But they're very like queridas, bro. Like you talk to Mexican guys that are from Guadalajara that traveled abroad, and I mean they've been to like Brazil or Colombia. I met a guy that was been to Brazil for 6 months, and he was
Yeah.
telling me like the most stuck up women in Mexico are going to be in Guadalajara. I've heard good things about women in Monterrey and Veracruz. I've never been to those cities, so I don't know. But Guadalajara, there are some cool ones here, fool, but many of them are like very queridas, though. And shit, fool, Nick. I think you probably seen that. And shit, there's a lot of also women here that have plastic surgery. Oh, my bad, Rob. I don't mean to keep you off, on up and shit. I know you got to wake up in a few hours, bro. And shit, but I think I'll do another live in 2 weeks, or I might just wait until I go back to Medellin and stuff. I might just wait, and so I'm gonna just like focus on my health right now. But yes,
Yeah.
I agree. For like, I think Mexican women can compared to other Latinas. I think uh they're definitely wifey material, bro. Compared to Colombia, Venezuelan, Dominican, Cuban, I would always choose the Mexican women over them and shit. If I wanted to settle down and shit, bro.
Makes sense for you. All right, man. Hey, let me know when you're gonna have another live. I
All
don't know
right,
if
bro. Yeah, I
you
might have
send
one in
enough.
2 weeks, or I might just have one when I go back to Colombia and shit, bro.
All
All
right.
right. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good night, bro. Have a
No
safe flight.
problem. You too, bro. Take care. Bye.
I think it's because Guadalajara is a puebla and it's kind of small, so they have to be selective. Yeah. Mexican women in the States, oh, fuck that, bro. I'm good with Mexican women in the States where y'all can have those and shit, bro. You let me know how it goes. Yeah, but it depends, though, fool. I think, like, my thing is this, bro. I haven't seen a girl that's up, when it comes to looks and stuff like that. I don't find Guadalajara women that attractive compared to the Latinas, bro. Like even when I go to clubs and bars, I don't see women here that could be like, damn, I'll fuck the shit out of this girl. Damn, I wish I could take this girl home. Like Mexican women don't bring it out of me, bro, at all. Even when I go to the swinger here's and I bang some good looking ones here, bro. But I'm just like, I don't get excited, bro, at all. And I actually stopped going for I haven't gone in 2 weeks. I'm just like, I'm good. And so in Brazil, I was going like every weekend or yeah, every week. But I think the highest number you're gonna see from a Mexican girl, even in Guadalajara, is a 6. I've never seen a 10 or a 9 here, or even an 8. Like the average is gonna be a 6, and that's just me being like nice. But even when you get a girl's number here, or you try to talk to them, they're very like fucking rude, bro. Like this girl gave me her number like a week ago. I didn't even ask for it. She's like, oh, take my contact number down. We're like spray fighting each other with the spray cans or whatever. And I was drunk that day. I didn't remember how she looked like, but she remember her getting my phone and just like writing her number, like text me. I text her the next day, and then she's like, "Yeah, I was drunk. I usually don't drink that well, and I was drunk, and ha 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 ha, this and this and this, dude." And then she fucking tell me like, "Oh well, it was nice knowing you. We'll be in contact." And I'm like, "Okay," but then she has like a bunch of plastic surgery because I was looking at the video that I don't remember taking a video of her, but I did take a video of me spraying her She has like a BBL and her nose is done. Her face is all fucked up, by the way. And I'm like, bro, this girl's acting like she's the shit, bro. She looks like Frankenstein, but whatever, dude. That's good for her. And shit. You don't feel awkward at swinger clubs? Nah, bro. In Mexico, yes, I don't like them here. They're kind of like shit, bro. Because people here don't start smashing until 3 a.m. That's what pisses me off. That's why I don't go to the Mexico ones anymore, bro. I'm like, bro, at 3 a.m., I'm older. Fool. I want to go to bed already by 3 a.m., bro. And Brazil, 12 o'clock, everybody's smashing. And Colombia, by 12 o'clock, everybody's smashing. And Mexico, the couples are like really shy. So like they don't really come back to us like around to like 3 o'clock, 2:30. Bro, and then by that time, I just want to go. I'm not doing Mexico swinger clubs. I'm good, bro. Fuck that shit, bro. I'm good. I'm good with that. But dating here in Guadalajara is not easy. I know a guy that's he's a Colombian dude, bro, but he's from Guadalajara. He was born here, but he's been going to Colombia for a few years, and he's like, I hang out with him a lot. Actually, he just left to Medellin this weekend because he's been here for 6 months for like some stuff they had to take care of and shit. When he just hated it, bro. Like he was just talking shit about the women. He's like, I fucking hate the women here. But every single Mexican guy that's from Guadalajara that I personally meet that lives abroad, that goes and lives in other countries, they hate the women here, bro. And they'll tell you like the women son bien creídas, very stuck up. And usually if you see a guy with a girl here, like I mean, to get an attractive girl here in Guadalajara, you need a lot of money, bro. I think most guys in Guadalajara are simps, bro. Like 100%, bro. Even when you see attractive girls in the swinger clubs, like you're gonna bang a girl, like she's always with a dude that's like overweight, fat, ugly as hell, and you can just tell he's paying for her lifestyle. And it's the same thing even in the streets, bro. Like I was talking to the Uber driver that was a girl, by the way, and she was telling me like, yeah, I feel like you see, it's not common for you to see a good looking girl with an ugly dude, but that's because like dude's paying for shit, bro. I was like, yeah, so. Can you get with a girl here that's nice? Maybe, yes. But I think I've always said I think it's a lot easier for foreigners here to get with an attractive Guadalajara girl. For us Mexicans, bro, I would tell a Mexican guy that's from a different city not to come over here, bro. And shit. But what's up, Nick? What's going on, bro? How's your health and shit, bro? Did I add you?
What's good, bro? Can y'all hear me?
Oh, my bad. I forgot I had myself on the big screen and shit, fool. Shit. How did I fucking switch this up? Okay, my bad. There you go.
What's good, bro? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, bro. So you feeling better, dude? How's your?
I'm like much better, but I still have like a stuffy nose and stuff.
I don't know, bro. You're like the third person, dude. Like my boy was here for like a month, and he got sick, and then I got sick, and like
I think it's the rain, man.
It's the rain and the allergies, bro. I got sick for no reason for like, and I never get sick like this, bro. 4 days I was in bed.
It's a very dusty city, like
yeah,
a lot of pollen and
yeah. There's a lot of trees here though too. For that has maybe something to do with it, bro. So
right, but yeah, I feel much better, but still not completely like 100% yet. But this girl, bro, I told one of my friends from here, and she came over and like made me soup, man. So you can find some good women here for sure. Like
yeah, you got to be here for a while though, bro. I mean, I just know my friend was here for he's from here, bro. He was here for 6 months, and I don't know, like I think maybe he just like maybe he shoots for like the super attractive girls and stuff like that. But like me, even like with regular women that I try to talk to here, like I find them like it's like half and half. Like I find some like at the language exchange, I saw some that were like pretty dope, like very like nice. But then I also find some that are fucking creídas, bro. Like the girl that gave me her number was just like, straight up just dogged me. And the girl I did the interview with, I was like, hey, we started talking for a little bit, and she's like, well, I'm busy at work. I'll hit you up later. Like, fuck off, like. And then the girl at the park, I try to talk to, and she's like, I don't give my number to strangers. I'm like, fuck you too, then, like. So to me, I kind of just like give up on talking to the women here, bro. Like, I'm nice to them to a certain extent, but to be honest with you, fool, like I just like I don't fuck with the women here no more, bro. Like me personally. But I would tell guys to come over here because I think if you're a foreigner, I think the women over here dig foreigners more than they dig their own local men, from what I've seen.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, bro. And it reminds you a lot of Medellin, how Medellin was a while back, and it might not last forever too. Like there might be an influx tomorrow of a bunch of foreigners, and that fantasy is gonna pop just like it did in Medellin. I don't think it would, because I think the crowd that goes to Medellin is just a dirtbag crowd compared to the ones that come over here. Like you're not gonna have the thirsty ass dudes that go to
Right,
Medellin come to Guadalajara, of course, right?
right. Well,
You're not gonna
so
have dudes that have like 30 dildos in their suitcase come to JDL for
that's
like.
right. That's true, man. But no,
But it's
man,
true though. It's true though. But
that's right.
I just think it's just like women over here are not used to foreigners. I think it's different in Mexico City from what I hear. Like they don't give a shit over there, but who knows?
But I think over there you could still do well too.
Yeah,
The volume, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, I think the key is you just have to put in time. You just have like because
yeah.
even when I was in Merida, bro, I had a nice little rotation. But
Mhm,
I think women like caught on. So if they know that you're only in town for like a week or a couple of days, they're not gonna fuck with you. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
Um, but if they know that you live here, like I think you have a better chance, man. But yeah, you definitely gotta put in time for sure.
mhm,
Yeah, like that. I think that like unless you get really lucky, you know what I mean.
mhm,
But that like one, flying in for like 3 days or a week, I don't think that's gonna work, man. Because
mhm,
they work like people work here, like their schedules are really bad. Like
mhm.
a lot of people work on Sundays and Saturdays, and some people don't get off to like 6 or 7. You know what I mean? The economy is not the best here, so a lot of people like work.
Yeah, but some of the foreigners that are smashing the girls here. They're smashing some ugly ass girls, bro. Like the video I showed of that girl, she was not attractive at all. Like even with the Aussie guy, he was telling me I got this girl on my bed, and I'm like, damn, good for him. And I was kind of like jealous. I was like, and I saw the girl. I was like, oh, come on, bro. Like, it's so funny. I ran into her a couple of days ago when Mexico won they lost the game against England. I recognized her. I was like, bro, there's no way I did not recognize that ugly ass girl's face, bro. But
Hmm.
he was with her and shit, and he was like with her the whole day. I'm like, oh, fuck that, bro. I wouldn't. Nah, I'm
Yeah,
good.
I think everything is a numbers game, man.
Yeah, I mean, there's some dudes. I think like when I talk to the Mexican guys, who like they'll tell me like the gringos here usually don't have standards, bro. So they go for the low hanging fruit. Like the same thing you see even in DR and Colombia and even in Brazil. I've seen guys like go out with some. That's why exactly why they get in trouble with Medellin because they be going out with some nasty ass girls. Like when you look at the videos of the girls that are getting drugging dudes. When was the last time you saw a video of a girl? Be like, damn, she would have got me. She was super hot.
It's,
Never. They're all
it's
ugly. They're
yeah,
all like overweight, and you're looking at the girl like, bro, you went to Medellin, and that's the best you could do.
it's because people don't travel, so they
Yeah, yeah, that's
people
facts,
live
bro.
in
It's
people live in
facts, yo.
Idaho their whole life. They come to Latin America and just lose their mind. You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
just go
They're not
crazy.
used to having women attention. It's because guys in America, like, and I understand, well, guys in the States, bro, are going years without having sex. Even the guys that are successful and have money
Right,
are going years without sex,
right,
bro.
right.
Yeah, dude.
Exactly. So they just come over here and lose their mind. They just
Yeah, but that's exactly why you have guys that who even Mexicans do. There's like this one Mexican boxer. It came out like recently this month. He broke up with his wife, but it came out like I guess like somebody had like information on her that she was working at the Hong Kong club in Tijuana. She was like a former hooker, and he didn't know and shit. But I guess he didn't know and shit. When it came out like her videos and pictures of her at the club, like in
damn.
bikini and all that shit, like he just got like he lost his mind and he broke up with her.
Yeah, I would have did the same shit. The fuck? That's embarrassing.
Yeah, bro, he's a professional boxer, so he came out all on the news, bro. I was like laughing. I was like, "Fuck, it
That's
happens."
embarrassing.
He wasn't just a nobody. He comes out on TV and shit. So yeah, it's like, yeah,
Yeah. But no, I recommend to everybody listening, man, to give Mexico a chance, but be
yeah,
respectful. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Actually learn the language wherever you go. But like a lot of people here speak English. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. People don't realize that. I know Buck Travels left a comment. I'm trying to like look at it right now, and I think he said people don't go to Mexico because they're afraid of the cartel. For like the cartel's not doing shit to anybody here, and especially in Guadalajara and shit.
So I've been here. I've been here. I've been living here for like the past like couple years. Like I have residency here. I'm not a weekend warrior. Like I have an apartment here. I have residency here.
Yeah, yeah.
And I take buses to like different cities for like weekend trips. You know what I mean? I've lived in like I was in Merida last year.
Hmm.
I haven't had any issues with the cart. Like no one has bothered me. No one's messed with me. No one's tried to steal my phone. I haven't had no issues. Like
Yeah. I've always
um
said that people are surprised when I tell them like Mexico is pretty safe compared to other countries. Like it's a
yes,
lot safer than Dominican Republic, than Brazil. Oh, Brazil's like
right,
as much as I love Brazil, like Rio's you definitely have to be on alert and real, bro.
Right.
And even in Colombia, it's very like vicious because they're killing a lot of foreigners there, and like I think what makes it worse is like there's kind of like no accountability over there, and like when they kill foreigners, there's a segment of the population that's actually kind of happy when it happens, and over here in Mexico, it's not like that. When stuff happens to foreigners, they kind of just like they kind of like rally. I saw like a month ago where they stole this two girls that were walking in Cancun. I don't know, there must have been in a bad neighborhood, but they're walking at night, which they should not have been doing. And like some guys came up in the motors and they took like their the girl was carrying her passport. She was crying, "Give me my passport back at least." But they took their purses and their cell phones and whatever else they had. But I remember seeing the comments of Mexicans getting pissed off, like tagging the president, like, "When are you going to do something about it?" And that's a perfect example how, like, when something happens here, you kind of like can. I don't know, you would agree, but you can depend on the locals to support you,
Right.
and maybe not directly, but mentally they'll be there for you. They'll leave comments like positive comments and stuff like that. But in Colombia, like if something bad happens to you, like the Colombians are like, "Ha, that's what you get." Like, oh, even when the gay
Yeah.
flight
No,
attendant was killed a few months ago, like a lot of people
no
were saying
accountability.
they were just saying that he was looking for fucking sex. I'm like, bro, he's gay.
No.
Like,
Yeah. No accountability.
he was gay and he was with his fucking coworker. His coworker got drugged, but his coworker at least made it, but he didn't make it, and they still haven't found the people that did it. I think maybe that's what had something to do why they killed. I'm sorry, they kicked out Chil Capo because he was making stories about it. He also did a story about the gringo that was drugged in by Parquilleres, and like the police are just standing around not giving him medical aid or nothing like that. And so the mayor, he said supposedly like the mayor's office got pissed off or something like that. But that's a big issue. If that would have been in Mexico, guys, like you get drugged and like people look at you like they know something bad happens to you, like people would definitely help you out here, bro. Like they
Right.
ain't gonna just bust out their cell phones and just film you dying and shit, bro. Like that's not the fuck, no,
Right.
bro. That doesn't happen here, bro.
Yeah.
Mexico's not perfect, but just that fuck shit that you see like in Latin America and other countries, like it's not really gonna happen here and shit.
Yeah. That's. I mean, and that's the beautiful. But you could with the Cancun thing, man. That could happen in Chicago, Atlanta. Like,
Yeah. But
they,
I'm just saying, like the point was like the comments were like positive, like towards let's get these people. This is
right.
embarrassing. Let's find these criminals. Like they're doing this
Right.
fuck shit.
Right.
But in Colombia, I'm using that as an
Um.
example that they don't
Yeah.
care. And Brazil also, they're very like supportive as well. When there was like a gringo that was stabbed, like people were saying like this is embarrassing and shit like that, bro. And so you get like you get like support from other countries, but like and in Colombia, I tell guys like when you go over there, you're on your own, man.
That's what
And
I'm
even
saying.
the Dominican Republic as well, something bad happens to you, like the locals don't give a shit either. And
That's what
shit.
I'm saying, bro.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I really fuck with Mexico heavy, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
A lot of guys don't. Unfortunately, a lot of guys think like bad. They think the women here are all ugly and
And
shit. I
that's
mean, the
fine,
women
more
might not
for
be
us,
curvy
man.
here, bro, but at least they got their shit together for like you don't have to worry about like there's no language barrier here. Like if I guess if you have like confidence in yourself, you should be able to meet a girl here that speaks English. So
Right,
I
exactly. Yeah,
I
bro.
think 80% of the Mexican women that I met so far have spoke English in the month that I've been here. Like every time I talk to a girl, they speak English. So.
Yeah, I've I've been seeing foreigners win here, bro. But that's and also too. This is the beautiful thing about what I'm saying, working remotely and being a digital nomad or whatever you want to call yourself, man. Like you have the option. Like I have residency in Panama too, so whatever happens here, what I'm saying. If I need a little break, I can just go over there for a little
Oh
bit.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to get residency in Paraguay too. So the world is big, man. So yeah, bro, just move around.
Mexico is very lenient too, guys. Like even if you don't get residency, you could stay here. Like I
Yeah,
probably
I have
shouldn't
a
be
lot of
saying this, but
friends.
you could stay
Yeah,
past 6 months and they don't really give a shit. The fine's like $80 or something. You leave and you come back. And other countries, the markers, the markers
right.
passport, like you might not be able to come back for a while. They give you like a heavy fine. You just give them
Yeah,
like, and especially you fly out from Guadalajara. Last time I overstayed my days, and I flew out from Guadalajara, nobody cared.
yeah. I have a lot of friends that just go to Belize and then just come back. Go to
Yeah,
Belize,
yeah,
come back to
yeah. Or
Belize, and
you, that's it. Like even like if you go to the airport in Cancun, they have a place where you actually have to pay. Cancun's like really strict though, so you do fly out from Cancun, they probably will fine you. But Guadalajara, they don't care. Like I flew out last time, I went over my days, and nobody said shit, bro. Nobody cares, bro. So.
yeah, yeah, bro. But yeah, man, I recommend you guys come down here, man. Give if not, that's fine. More for you know what I'm saying. That's fine. More for us. Like that's that's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I just think that crowd is like they think the women here are like ugly bras or something. Like they think they're just kind of like they think they're tortas. They think they're like uneducated women that are just like trash. Like I just kind of like QB is like one of those guys that will like put Mexico on the map. But I think people don't like really like looked at QB and saw like he's just like boasting and stuff. But QB like I mean it's too bad that he stopped making videos. But he was one of the few black YouTubers that was putting Mexico on the map. You know.
Yeah, you can find some nice women out here, man. Like
Mm.
that, like want relationships. You know, like like yeah, for sure. But
It
don't
takes
yeah.
time, bro. It takes time. I know that who was it? The guy that got kicked out of Colombia, the white dude. He was here in Guadalajara for a while and shit. Damn, what's his name? The white dude. He does like a bunch of videos in Brazil and shit, but they're mostly
Oh,
prostitutes.
KG Redbeard.
Yeah, bro. I mean,
So all right. I watched his video, and some of his points were valid. You know what I mean? The flaking thing, that's real. That's real. But like I said, it's a numbers game. You know what I'm saying? It's just all numbers game. Yeah, that's just all it is. And you got to just have patience, and if you live here,
yeah,
that's
I
fine.
mean, it's a numbers game, 100%. And like, if you do meet that girl that's like nice, but I haven't gone out with a girl here in a fucking long time because, like I said, I was traveling throughout the world, so I was like stayed away from Guadalajara. But like the last girl I went out here was a very long time ago, but she was like super nice. She's like when I left, I didn't get to go out with her because I was leaving to Europe the next month and doing a study abroad semester. But I remember her being like, she was actually from Comina, but I met her here in JDL. And she was like, yeah, hopefully the time goes by quick, like I hope I get to see you again. So you do mean like a nice girl here, for like it definitely be worth it, bro.
Yeah,
But like I said, by the time I came back to Guadalajara, she had already had a boyfriend, so I lost out on that.
yeah.
But you can meet a nice girl here, guys, but it just depends how you move here. And it's a numbers game. You're gonna get flayed out a lot, but like I said, like I'm not gonna like, take what these two girls did to me like as a defeat. But I'm not really looking for girls here either because, like I said, I'm just working on my health right now. Like I'm trying to drop this extra like
And also
15
too,
pounds.
also too, you guys gotta understand the culture here. Like this is not the states. This is not Brazil. Like approaching in the street is not really the normal thing. Like people
Yeah,
people meet through like friends of friends.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? Or like at work, or
Or you could do the only place where you can might be able to approach girls is clubs here, bars
yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like that.
yeah, obviously.
And
But
then
like
the language exchange here that they have on a Tuesday.
right,
I was
right.
here like I'm not gonna say there was hot women this time, but like, I think the last two times I came, there were some attractive girls. But like I think right now it's just like it's gonna be dead. Like I think Guadalajara is gonna be there for the whole month. Everybody's partied out, bro. Everybody
Yeah.
wasted their fucking money. Everybody's broke. So like,
Everybody's tired and sick. But yeah, if you come here, don't try to do that pickup artist like bullshit and try to. Women can sense that they're smart. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. The women here are super educated, fool. They
Yeah,
got money here, for like I said, for like they're not desperate like other women in Latin America. They might give you the number and like you might smash. Like I smashed a lot of girls in Latin America, but then the next day they're fucking asking you for like, oh, my rent's due or my son's sick. Like, bro, that's not my kid,
really,
bro.
that has
Yeah.
never happened to me. Well, here that has never happened to me
No, no,
here.
I'm just talking about in other countries in Latin, not here in Mexico. I never
Oh,
had a girl in Mexico ask me for shit, but I'm talking about like in
yeah,
other countries, yeah. And shit.
yeah, man. I recommend um yeah, take dance class, salsa, bachata classes. You know
Mm,
what I mean? You can meet people that way, and then the apps like Bumble, Hinge, Tinder, still been working for me. You know what I mean? Like you know, I get some consistent dates. I don't get 100 matches. I'm not some
mm,
you know what I mean. I don't get 100 matches, but I get consistent dates, man. It's been working fine for me. And then just go to salsa class, bachata class, and meet people organically that way too. But
mm.
like just randomly walking up to a girl
in broad daylight or at night, like trying to be like a pickup artist, it's not gonna work, bro.
Yeah,
It's
I think also you meet that one girl like that's cool with you, and doesn't like you like that, and she bring her friends around. That's another way also to socialize. That's how I do it in
right.
Colombia. Like at Medellin, I haven't really had dated a girl like in a long time. Like maybe like last year I went out with one girl, but that's nothing compared to when I used to like live there. I used to go out with girls every single week, but like now what I do is like my homegirl bring a friend, and I just take the friend from her or whatever and shit. Like that's how I've done it in Medellin and shit for well, in Colombia in general, but
Yeah.
and
Let me tell you guys, man. There's a lot of like single women here. There's a lot of good looking single women here. There's a lot of single women here. Cause
mm,
I hang out with I have some female friends, and they introduce me. They invite me to hang out, and to hang out in like a group, and like all their friends are single. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? But whatever.
Man, I told guys recommendations, bro. Like I would say, the Language Exchange is a good place on a Tuesday. I think the place is called Tito Bar. I don't know. You've been there? That should be Tuesday. It gets well. I don't know. It used to get good. Like this Tuesday wasn't good, but I think, like I said, everybody just wasted their damn money at the World Cup. Like everybody's broke. They really are and shit. But the last like 3 weeks when I went to Tito Bar, it was super packed for a Tuesday. Like you would
Mhm.
think it was a Saturday, but it gets really good on Tuesday. And then another place that I could recommend is that stupid Negrita bar. What is it called? I forgot. It's like where they have the karaoke and the people have the cowboy hats. If you're a foreigner, I think that's a perfect place to go. Like you'll
Oh,
definitely meet.
I haven't been there. What's it called?
Uh, damn, dude. Let me see. I have it right here on my damn Instagram. I gotta look it up, bro. It's right there in Chapultepec, bro. You have to never have cannot miss it, bro, because it's like it's a place where like it gets super packed, bro. Like people are like singing and shit. Well, they do like the most shit there, bro. Like um, let me see. I think they give like a bottle to a group of girls that call their ex, like call their ex and tell them that you love them or some shit like that. And all these girls are like going to the DJ and shit. When some girl was able to get a hold of their ex and she got like a free bottle. Um, I have it on my Instagram for. Let me see. I'm looking it up right now.
So you say you're
No,
going
it's
to Colombia next, and then where else?
yeah, yeah. I might. Oh yeah, right here. It's called Negrit Cantina.
Okay, I'm looking it up.
Negrit Cantina is Negretecantina. Yeah.
Oh, this place. Oh, I've never been there, but I walk by it all the time.
Yeah, yeah, it's nice. I went there with the Aussie guys and shit for but um the one thing I do hate about the women over here is like the social circles are very tight here. Like they're even tighter than Colombia, bro. Like even
Yeah.
though I would say like they're tribal in Medellin, I would say they're more tribal over here. Like when I went out with the group of the foreigners that I was with, so the Saudi guy had a girl. She was like a punk rocker chick, something like that. She wasn't that good looking. And then like the British guy had a good looking girl, and she had like a friend, but the friend kind of looked like a dude. For I almost thought it was a tranny. So I didn't say nothing. I was like, bro, what if it's a tranny? And the fucking friend, the UK other guy was like, bro, what? She wants me to talk to her, and I was like, I don't know, dude. Like she looks like a tranny. And then the Aussie guy had like a girl with him, and she wasn't good looking. But I noticed that we're like in that club, like they weren't talking to each other, dancing with each other. That's the one thing I hate about the women here. Like they're very like tribal in their social circles and shit, bro. Like, and then Medellin, like I remember like 2 years ago, I had like a girl from New York, two girls, and like, the girls from Medellin that I knew came to the bar. And by the end of the night, everybody was dancing with each other, talking to each other. Like it didn't matter the social circles. Like everybody was having a good time. And that's what I didn't like about the Guadalajara women. Like they kind of just stick to their own kind and
Hmm.
shit. Fool. I've noticed that about the women here. Like if the girl's like upper class or she's educated, she won't fuck with a girl that's from like the barrio or just like she doesn't know the girl like at the bar. Even like there's like a group of friends. Like I've seen that they don't talk to each other. I saw that.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah,
classist.
that's what I didn't like about the women here in Guadalajara. But it doesn't matter. And shit. I
Yeah, but
think that's
what I was saying earlier. It's kind of like a big pueblo, man. Like the city's is big, it's bigger than Merida, but like still, like everybody kind of knows, like is a friend of a friend of a friend. You know what I'm saying? So I can kind of see why like some people have to be picky on who they date here. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like if you date too many people, it's like, you know what I mean? Okay, your friend knows that person that knows that person that, you know what I mean? So I kind of get it.
Yeah, yeah. I think Negrita, like I said, those two places I recommend for any foreigners that ever come to Guadalajara. Tuesday, Tito Bar, and then Negrita on a Wednesday. I think we went on a Wednesday and it was super packed. But I think on the weekend it gets packed as well. Anywhere in Chapultepec, bro. It just depends though, dude. Like um the bars that I used to go here back in the day when I was like much younger, they all shut down. Like there used to be a good place called Lola Lolita. Like I think it shut down in 2023 was the last time it was open, but it was good. It was a good place in Guadalajara for like a good 10, 15 years, bro. Like really, really good place. And they used to have like ladies' night, I think on a Wednesday or Thursday. And ladies' night, they drink for free, bro. And they used to get packed full of girls, dog, like groups of girls, dog. Man, I used to have fun when I used to go there and they shut that motherfucker down. So I was like, fuck. So I'm kind of like starting all over again in Guadalajara because like I got used to these places. Like I used to go to like when I was younger, like I'm almost damn teenager. And shit, now this is like I'm like older now, and it's like it's changed now so much.
Hmm.
Yeah, Baracito used to be a good place too. They used to be open in the city. Used to have several places. They used to get packed full of fucking good looking women, dog. But like I said, I gotta find my niche now again, Nick. It's just like I've been out of the game here for such a long time, like for so many years, bro. And even
Yeah.
when I do come back over here, I don't usually stay long. I stay a few weeks, and it's like not enough time to meet people. But I went to the language exchange and I met some cool guys. I met like this one black dude that's gonna be here for a week, and he's gonna go to Medellin like in a few weeks. So I'm gonna link up with him. And then the other guy that was from here is living in Brazil for 6 months, and he was living in Curitiba. Like, bro, that's what I told guys. You got to go to cities where foreigners don't go. And we,
Right.
we started talking about Curitiba because he was there for like a couple of months. He's like, bro, he's telling me like, bro, Curitiba is like, it's not a fucking very entertaining city, bro. But like, if you go over there as a foreigner, they love foreigners, bro. Like every time I would go out to a bar and like, I would always meet people. Like it was almost impossible for me not to meet people. They're like, "Oh, you're an American." Like they don't get no foreigners in Curitiba, and they have some of the most attractive women in Brazil. White girls, blonde hair, blue eyes, like nice bodies and stuff like that, dude. In Curitiba, nobody's going over there, but I guarantee you, if you went over there as a foreigner, you would have success, bro. Because like I
Yeah.
said, there's no foreigners. It's just like Guadalajara, bro. Like there's no foreigners that come here. And so that's why like the women were going all crazy on the videos, like kissing these dudes or whatever and stuff like that. Because they don't get that place. And like I think guys need to just start breaking away from places that are over exaggerated, bro. Like, I think like that's why I told guys come over here to Guadalajara, or if instead of going to Rio, just go to Curitiba, go to the North Coast, go to Natal, go to Fortaleza and shit, bro.
Yeah.
I, you know,
I agree.
yeah,
100%,
dudes.
man.
But I think guys to get stuck on Medellin, like me, I would go to Medellin. I'll be there for like a month. I'm gonna go for my birthday, have some fun, do some content, and just keep it moving, bro. And shit. But I'm not staying no 6 months or no year. Fuck that shit, bro. Like
Where you gonna go next?
I'm gonna go to Medellin for my birthday. I think for like a month. It's in September, so
And
I'll probably just do like a month there, and then from there I'll probably just go to maybe Dominican Republic. I haven't been there like in 2 years, so I might go to DR for like a few weeks and then back to the States. And shit, bro.
okay,
But
okay,
I
yeah,
think this is gonna be my
I've never
last year
been
in
to
Latin
DR.
America. I think I'm gonna save up to for Asia. I got to do Asia, fool. I'm good with Latin America, bro. I've done all the cities. I've done a bunch of places in Brazil. Been to 15 different states already. It's time for something else, bro. So
Right, yeah, you gotta switch it up.
yeah, I kind of want to get like a fucking. And I was happy. Like I thought I was gonna get a Korean girl here. For I was like, man, maybe like I find myself a Korean girl. But you know what? I fucked up. I should have went to Ciudad de Mexico. That's where like all the foreigners were at, bro. And I was telling Rob right now, for like
Monterrey.
yeah, yeah, maybe two and shit, bro. But I have no idea. I didn't see no Korean girls here when I was here the whole time, bro. Um, or foreign women here. Like to be honest with you, I think I might have seen one or two girls, but that was it. Like I think they were all in Ciudad, Mexico, bro. Like all the content creators that are Mexican were doing interviews with Colombian women and Argentinian women all over Ciudad, Mexico. But over here for nothing, bro.
Hmm.
Nah, nothing. For it's mostly couples here. For like even like I said to told Rob, I was like, bro, all the good looking couples that went to the stadium because I was there. I went to go see the soccer game. They took them right back to the hotel. They didn't go to Chapultepec. I was Chapultepec right afterwards. I had my cameras like, oh, maybe I could get some interviews with some good looking women and whatever. Do like nothing, bro.
Well, I saw some because I went to this rooftop bar in Chapu.
I didn't see nothing. Fool. I went to Tito Club. I went to like the bars are on the side. Fool. I didn't see shit, bro.
It was a bunch of them in there. Like they all had on
Mm.
their Colombian jerseys.
Maybe it was a group of them, bro. I don't know, but there was like I didn't see any dog. I was just like walking around for like a whole 2 hours. I was disappointed. I was like, fuck.
Yeah,
I went to
Some-
Minerva too and shit to go see, and I was like, well, maybe they're in Minerva celebrating. Like, no, they weren't there.
yeah.
Oh man.
But I'm glad Colombia lost.
I was hoping they were gonna win. I wanted an excuse to go back to Medellin. I was like, well, if they go to the final, I won't take my happy ass back over there and shit. But I was like,
I don't think I'll ever go back to that country, man.
you went. You've been to Medellin though, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I've been to Colombia like 8 times, man. Like
Oh, okay.
Barranquilla, Bucaramanga, Santa Marta,
Mm,
Bogota. Like I've been all over.
mm,
Cúcuta.
mm. So
I've
what
been
would you
all.
say? Like, what made you stick to like Mexico instead of Colombia? What was like the biggest reason? Like,
The safety.
oh yeah, yeah, of course, safety.
Colombian people don't take accountability for nothing.
No.
Um, the food, the food here is more variety.
Oh, bro, the food in Colombia fucking sucks, bro.
It is decent, but it's the same couple things like
I've
every
never gotten up a day in my life in 80 years that I've been going to that country and be like, I can't wait to eat some fucking what do they eat? The panadas and shit. I'm good, bro.
frisbee's good. You know frisbee.
Yeah, I mean they have some
Chicken
good
plate.
restaurants there, bro, but it's
Yeah,
like usually the expensive ones that have good food, but like the mom and pop stores, bro, like and it's cheap. You could get $3, you could get like a big ass plate for the day and it'll fill you up, but it's like nah, it's
yeah.
not bro.
So the food, I feel like the food here is better variety.
Yeah, better
I
value.
feel like the women here in Mexico like have a better personality and a better mindset. You know what I mean? Compared to
I feel like it depends, bro. I feel like other cities in Colombia, the women can be decent, bro. And shit, fool.
I mean, I haven't experienced that, bro.
It just
Honestly,
depends, though, fool. Like, but I kind of feel like the ones that are decent don't want to fuck with foreigners. I did an interview with one that was like,
yes.
I feel like she was girlfriend material. I don't know if you seen the video. I have a video of her. Like, I did a 30-minute video interview with her.
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah, she's like sitting on the bench, but she's an architect. She has her own business now and shit. Fool. But like that was the one I was telling Rob that like when that DJ shit happened, she didn't want to go to Mexico no more. She's like, nah, I'm good. I think y'all are this. I'm like, oh fuck you then too. But it's just like, but my thing with her is like I shouldn't be saying what happened to her, but she was like drugged by her best friend and
Yeah,
some fucked
I
up shit
remember you
happened.
mentioned that.
Yeah, yeah. But that's the thing, like where accountability comes into because I'm like, okay, I'm the first foreigner you ever met. And I don't pay girls to do fucking interviews, but I give her like 100 mil because she was like desperate. She's like, oh, my tire went flat, some shit like that. I was like, all right, I'll give you $20, whatever. And I have no issue. But like the point is like it was like the women in Colombia don't value nothing for like no matter how small or big it is, bro. Like
That's what I'm
it
saying.
doesn't matter if it's fucking Mexican candy or you buy her a damn motorcycle. Don't they don't value shit. They don't value
Exactly.
shit,
The
bro.
mindset. That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah, the mindset is really fucked up, bro. And so
yeah,
with me, I could use that as a perfect example because I could be like, okay, this girl's not a body girl. She's on Instagram. She has her own business. She does like modeling. She does like designs for people's apartments, etc., etc. She's making good money. She's probably making about 1,000, maybe even $2,000 a month. Good for her. She has her own car, her own apartment. She's 30 something years old. She looks good. She doesn't have no kids, bro. So people can say like, "Oh, she's girlfriend material, bro." But you have to look at the mindset. She went through something that no girl should have to go through, or no human being should have to go through. But with that being said, and she couldn't even work Uber at night because she told me she's like, "I'm afraid," and I don't blame her. Cali's fucking dangerous, bro.
yeah,
But she was telling me that she didn't want to work at night because it's dangerous. But with that being said, she turned around and she said that we're this, we're that. Like it's like I think y'all are like this. I'm like, what the fuck? But I'm just thinking to myself, like, bro, you can't even work as an Uber driver at night. You got drugged by your best friend and shit. Fool. Like, and what happened? You got sexually assaulted. You know, I feel bad for her. But I'm just like, but that being said, like the first foreigner you met was me, and I treated you with respect and dignity. You know, I give you my arm and shit, my hand, and like you that it doesn't compute to them, dog, at all, dude.
yeah.
Like even the girl that I knew for 4 years, Vanessa, she was like, "Oh, I want to go to Rio de Janeiro," and I'm like, "I don't know." And he's like, "Come on, please." And I'm like, "All right, well, if you come over here, we're gonna do content because I'm not gonna just fucking have you just sit on the damn on the beach bed or whatever and shit, bro." I paid like $500 for her damn plane ticket. She never showed up at the airport. She blocked me, and I got half my money back at least. At least I got like almost $200, and I still lost 3 bills. But the point is that a fucking Mexican girl would never do that stupid shit, bro. Not show up at the airport. You know, that's just the Colombian mindset. Like they don't compute in their head that it's just a lot of money for you. Like to you, it's just like, oh, you're a gringo, so it's okay for you to lose the $500. Actually, but she don't care, fool. You know, it is what it is. I knew her for 4 years, and shit, bro. But that's just the mindset of the Colombian women. They don't care, bro.
Right.
And I would never fucking buy a Colombian girl a plane ticket everywhere and anywhere, bro. Like I'm good. Like they want to come where I'm at, I'll be like, okay, you could pay the plane ticket, and then when you come over here, I'll pay for it in person. But if not, that way you don't show up. It's your money, not mine, and shit, dude. But I just learned my lesson not to ever do that simp shit ever again. For I knew her for 4 years, and I thought she was my friend. I was like, oh, she'll come through and shit. For she didn't. But guys have to realize that's just the women in fucking Colombia how they think. And Dominican women are the same way. Actually, I would say Dominican women are fucking worse, bro. And shit, they're a lot fucking worse, and they're a lot actually racist, bro.
Mhm.
They don't like black people at all on that island. For like I've been going to 10 years in that place, bro. Like I seen the way that they treat the Haitians. They treat them like shit, bro. They put them in back of the damn trucks that look like cages, and they have them sitting outside hours at the police station. Like I got my meta glasses, and when I go back to DR, I don't know if they're still doing that tactic, but I can't wait to go back. And obviously, I can't post the videos while I'm on the island for my security reasons, for my safety. But when I leave the island, I'll be more than happy to show you how they treat the Haitians. I got the meta glasses now, guys. And you're gonna see some shit. I could promise you that. Like, if they're doing that same shit that they were doing like the last time I was there, where they put in the Haitians in the back of the trucks in the hot sun, you're gonna really. I want to people that the black travelers that say, "Oh, DR is great," and they like us, they're fucking bullshit. I was like, you can't look at that video and see 5 Haitians in the back end of the truck and they're burning in the fucking hot sun and still think they care about black people there. That's bullshit. I seen them. I seen how they fuck with vendors there. The girls that sell the fucking strawberries and the bananas in the streets, they mess with them. The police and shit, fool. They harass them, bro. They don't look at what happened to Ayamara. They slapped the shit out of him because they thought he was Haitian, and as soon as they found out he was from Kenya, they let him go from the police station. I was there when that happened. I was staying at the same hotel when that happened, and he was telling me what happened the next day. I was like, holy fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking as DR, fool. I think when it comes to Dominicans, bro, they just go over there, have your fun. It's like going to Las Vegas, bro. Smash and get the fuck out, bro. I would never recommend anybody to get into a relationship with no girl there, bro.
Right.
I had a Dominican girl send me a message like a week ago telling me that she wants to see me. And then like a day later, she posts a picture of her, some dude in bed, whatever the fuck, with hearts. Good for her, because I just want to smash her anyways. And then I had a girl yesterday unblock me that I didn't talk to like in 6 months, Dominican girl too. And I told her in Spanish, I de dejó el novio. Yeah, I broke up with him. And shit, bro. That's why I tell you guys, bro, be careful with some of these Latin American women, fool. They ain't shit, bro. It's like going to Las Vegas, man. Just have your fun, party your ass off, and just go home, dude. That's all it is, bro. And shit, don't marry no chick from the barrio, man. Or you can, if it was up to you, bro. I don't care. It's your money, it's your heart, right? I don't give a shit, dude. But those women for are savages, bro. You've been to Colombia, you know how those barrios women are for their mindset is like sharks, bro. They don't give a fuck, bro. Shit,
Yeah.
No, they don't, bro.
Yeah. I've never been to DR. Never. I don't plan on going, man.
Yeah, bro. It's just if you do go for you can have fun, bro. I'm not saying don't go, but don't be like these other guys, like, oh, like I mean, look at what happened to Taylor Made Dreams. I used to love his channel. That motherfucker got ran out of the island, bro.
Well, it's too. DR is too ratchet for me.
Yeah, it is, bro.
I can't, bro.
It is, bro. Yeah, dude. But anyways, I want to end this live. Thanks for hopping on, bro. Thanks for giving your perspective on Guadalajara. Maybe some people like took your advice, bro. But everything that Nick said is really right, bro. Like, he's a guy that's been to like both countries, and like I said, I go to Colombia just to have fun and stuff like that. But if I wanted to have something serious with a Latina, I think the 2 countries that I might go try would be Mexico, and then maybe another country might be Brazil, but not Rio.
Or Peru. I heard good things.
Yeah, I know. I don't know anything about Peru. I heard good things about Chile as well, and shit. So I heard the women over there are pretty solid over there in Chile, but I never dated over there, so I don't know. But in Brazil, I recommend maybe like Manaus. I feel like the girls that are in Manaus, like my personal experience when I've gone out with girls from Manaus or even talked to them, they've been some of the most nicest Brazilian women I've ever met. Super nice girls and shit. But Sao Paulo and Rio, bro, Rio is fucking ratchet as fuck too, bro. I'm good, bro.
Yeah.
You will never see me with a carioca ever again. I've dated a few of them. I'm good with that shit, bro. I'm good with that one. But anyways, guys, thanks, Nick, for pulling up, and everybody else, man. And y'all have a good night, man.